Hello and welcome back. I know it's been kind of a while since I made a video. I'm sorry. I was trying to do two a month, but August is kind of busy because I had to go back to college, and my sisters and all my friends had to go back to college. So like it was just not a good time. But I will try to at least upload once a month during the school year. I'll try is the keyword there. Anyway, today we are going to go through my rankings of all 48 seasons of Survivor. So I'm like not new to this. I'm true to this. I have been watching Survivor since I was maybe 8 or 9. My mom, like we would watch it as a family, and she got us into it, and then like I've stayed into it. Um, like peep the merch. So like yeah, like I'm a true fan of this. Um, that may not reflect in my rankings. In some people's opinions. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. These are my opinions. But I'll just say that these rankings are based off of like three criteria. Um, so like one is like, is the season a good story? Like, do I like the winner? Because like I'm not gonna debate if the winner deserved it. Like the jury voted for them. Like we didn't see everything that happened out there, so I'm sure they did deserve it. But sometimes it's not like the best ending to the story of this season, and it's kind of a letdown. So that kind of is a decent chunk of where there are my ratings. The second is if they have like good gameplay. Like if the season is like boring and bad and it's like a steamroll and nothing happens, like sorry, it's not gonna be as high. Which you can probably already see reflected in my list. And then the most important criteria is kind of like the iconography of the season. Are there players that are iconic to me? Are they iconic in the Survivor lore? Like was there iconic moments that happened that have like transcended the Survivor space? Like that really is the big component to me of where these seasons rank. Like if you're kind of a nothing burger season, you're gonna be at the bottom. Sorry. Um Also if you have like some like controversy that's like not fun, like bad controversy, you're about to be at the bottom too, because no, I'm not about that. So anyway, we're gonna get started. At the very bottom of my list is Survivor Thailand. This season is not meeting any of my three criteria. The winner sucks. He's a bad person. He's not even a good winner for that matter. Either one of those final two, Brian or the fucking other dude, would have been bad. They both suck. He shot a dog in real life with an arrow. Like Brian's not a good person. He was bad on the island. Um, Maybe the icon of the season, I guess, is kind of Helen. When at that final tribal, she hits him with that A2 Brute. Oh, okay, so she ate that, but she's the only one. Like 1 out of 18. Come on. And then there's like a really bad moment in the season with this one contestant Gandia where she talks about another contestant was kind of groping her at night and she was uncomfortable, and then everybody gaslit her into thinking that it was her fault. So that's also like you're getting nothing. Like that was just not a good season. Universally, it's probably in everybody's bottom 10. It's just not a good showing. And it was early, so there wasn't as much like gameplay going on. It was just not good. It's just not good. 37th place is Island of the Idols. So like this season like is above Thailand because I guess the winner is a little bit more deserving. And I guess there's some people that kind of came out of it that are a little bit more iconic. Like Lauren Ashley Beck is kind of on TikTok, so I guess that gives them a little boost. But I would say like the scandal of this season is worse because the guy Dan was being inappropriate, and it was so bad that he was being inappropriate with people in production behind the camera, and he got kicked off the show. But he already made like a semi deep run into the mid merge, so he had like ruined multiple people's game potential up to that point, and then he didn't get taken out soon enough for the behavior he was exhibiting. So it was just a mess. Like it just ruined the whole season. Like I would pay to see that cast play again without him there and see what would happen, because I think it's just ridiculously unfair the amount of people that had their games, taken away from them because Dan was allowed to stay longer than he should have been. But regardless, it's just not a very good season. Um and it's just not fun to watch, cuz like you go into it now, and especially when it's not airing and you already know like this, like Creeper Dan is on there, and you watch him just like keep avoiding getting out, and you're like, oh my god, how much longer does this take? And then he never even gets voted out. People use his inappropriateness as like a game move, which is disgusting. So it was just not a good watch. Like, it's just not good. 46 is Edge of Extinction. Sorry, this season is just not very fun. I can't think of anybody that came out of this season that I'm like, wow, like you had a really good moment. Like that was such an iconic moment. Kind of serving nothing. It doesn't help that the winner went home on like the second vote and then, Edge of Extinction his way back into the game at like the end game. So we watched him play for like 8 days total, actual gameplay with voting. Okay, not very fun. I guess I'll say, I mean, Devins comes out of this season. He was okay. I liked Lauren and Kelly Wentworth. They were cool, but like just kind of a letdown. The performances from the returning players besides Kelly, kind of a letdown. Too many idols. Like it was like I was okay with Devins, but it was like, oh my Jesus, how many idols can you have? Like, bro, that had me exhausted. It just like meh season. Loki if Victoria won, maybe would be higher. I kind of like Victoria, but with the winner as it is as Chris, nah, it's not. It can't go any higher. This is not unpopular either. My 35th placer is season 43. This season had so much potential to be good. Carla was good. Jesse was really good. If Jesse was the winner, this season's rocketing way up and probably like the teens of my ratings. Cassidy was good. Everybody was good except for Gabler. And then Gabler's the one that fucking wins. And he's literally nothing. He's so boring. I'm sorry. Okay? Like, I watched this season as it aired, and I was like, damn, like, they're doing some cool blind sides. Like Jesse and Cody, like, whoa, like, he just flipped on his number one. Like, whoa, like, Cassidy is, like, doing these, like, bomb AF, like, voting confessionals. And then we get to the final three, and I'm like, oh, okay, so like Cassidy gonna win. Like, haha, yeah, yeah. Why she get one vote? And Gabler fucking got all the rest of them. And Owen got zero. Oh, oh. No, 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 no. Like, I cannot justify putting this season any higher because despite the fun it was watching and despite like the really good moments around like the a little bit of the end of the pre-merge and the beginning of the merge, like that was fun. That was good. By the end of it, those last 3 episodes, oh my god, like dragging my feet. When you start to see the writing on the wall that it's gonna be Gabler winning, because you're like, well, he's really like skidding past these votes. Like this is getting worrying. And then he's at that final three. It was over. It was over. And they're asking him questions, and they're like, Gabler, are you gonna donate the money? Cause you're such a great person. And he says, yes, I am. I literally felt like that video of Zach Rance in the diary room in Big Brother 16, where he's talking about Frankie Grande, and he's like, he's giving the money to kids in Africa. Why the hell wouldn't he win? Yeah, that's me with Gabler. I was over it though. I was Zach. I was mad. I didn't like it. Like, sorry, I can't. As much as I love Cassie and Loki, Carla, and Jesse, this season cannot be higher. I cannot do it. My 31st ranking is Palau. Sorry, this is like the steamroll season of all steamroll seasons. Like, Stephanie is like literally on her tribe and she's the last member. Like, the other team loses one person pre-merge, Stephanie's whole tribe is gone. They don't even merge. She just gets like acquiesced into their tribe. And then, she wins an immunity and then she's gone. Or she wins an immunity and then they vote someone else out because they were tired of her. And then Stephanie's gone. Oh, bro, that's so fucking boring. Like, episode 1, I could have predicted that Tom was going to win. Look at him. He's like a natural leader and he's so charismatic. And then you get to this, like, oh, big final challenge. It's him and Ian hanging on and they're 8 hours in. And then Tom like guilt trips Ian and he fucking jumps off. Oh, it was done right then and there. The second Ian jumped off that pole, Tom won. Give him the million right now. There is no point in even doing a final tribal council, doing these final questions. It was over before it began. I was over it. I guess it had like a couple funny moments out of the fact that like they kept losing, like Stephanie's team kept losing. There were some funny moments out of that, but like it's just like really hard to watch because it's so lopsided. And you'd watch it and like you just knew they were gonna lose. But that's not entertaining. That's not very fun. My 43rd season is 41. I just think this season is really misedited, if I'm gonna be honest. I watched this one live as well. I watched a lot of these live after like season 35, basically. But this one, like, the editing is just really bad because the lady that wins, Erica, like, I do think she played a good game, and I think that like what we saw of it was pretty good, but we don't see enough of it. Like, they spend so much time making Ricard and Sean like out to be these big dogs, like, oh, they're gonna win no matter what, they're gonna win. And then like all of a sudden Erica wins. Like, what? Who cares? Who cares about Erica? Like, I liked her. She was a fine winner, but it was just not serving. This one does get a bit higher than the other ones though, because I do think the villainy of Sean and Ricard is too good. Like, I can't believe neither of them are returning for 50. I think it's such a waste. I think it's insane that neither of them are coming back. Like, they're just so good. It was literally like, it was like bring back like old school villains, and they kind of brought it back. Like, they were being mean. I liked it. There were some other people that were funny there. Danny was pretty funny, but like, I don't know. It was kind of just like a boring season. Sorry. I don't know. There was like nothing. Like, I'm sorry. I like Erica though. Like, I'm not trying to diss Erica's game. Like, I really do think they just didn't edit her correctly. Like, they're trying so hard to give everybody else a winner edit but her, that it's like Natalie White syndrome. Like, it's like when she does win, everybody's like, wait, you had like 20 confessionals the whole season and people were getting 20 confessionals an episode. Like, you just weren't visible enough for me to care about you. And then at the final tribal, you're like spitting down bars in this hella good speech. And then I'm like, well, shit, now I know you're winning, but like, where have you been until the last 5 minutes? But whatever. 42 is Guatemala. This was just like not a super entertaining season to me. Um, Sorry. I just think that some of these old school ones were like, I do understand that this has the first immunity idol in it. That was quite funny. But there just wasn't a lot going on. Like, the votes weren't, like, there was no unpredictability. Like, everything, you kind of knew he was leaving. There were some funny moments though. The Bobby John fight when they're at that challenge. That shit was funny, bro. Like, what do you mean you're about to literally fist fight in front of Jeff at the challenge? And one of you just won too, so like, why are you in a bad mood? But whatever. I also just think that Stephanie's attitude this season was really annoying, and I was glad that Danny won over her, despite the fact that they're both maybe not great IRL. Um, but yeah, like, Steph's attitude was crazy. Like, I get that you're one of only two returning people, but like, you don't like trust, like, you're not Boston Rob. Like, you don't get to act like that. Like, you have like, on your first season, you were the only one left standing because the whole rest of your tribe was so shit from a butt that you were the only one there. Like, that's not special. That just means like you were part of like the most shit tribe ever. That could happen to literally anybody else on your team. It's like, whatever. I'm not a big Stephanie fan, sorry. My 31st season is Redemption Island. Okay, I really do like Boston Rob, but this season is so fucking boring. In episode 3, once Russell gets voted out, you already know Rob's fucking cakewalking it to that win. Like, no one was putting up a battle, and if they did, he smells one hint of, retaliation or revolution from his little people underneath him, boom, you are out. Like, oh my god, bruh. It was ridiculous. It just like, it was funny. Like, when he gets that challenge reward and he finds the idol clue and he throws it in the volcano. Like, yeah, that was funny. But it's not super entertaining to watch gameplay wise. You know? But I did like Philip. Philip was funny. Sorry, not sorry. If you hate Philip, like, fine. That's a you opinion. It's not me opinion. I love Philip. Philip for the traitors. I've been saying this forever. My god, I just filmed literally half of this section and then realized my mic wasn't on. So, okay, like, if this isn't great, that's kind of why, or the first half of this, because I forgot what I said, but whatever. Also, like, if the camera angle keeps changing, it's because every time I write these down, I have to like go look through my phone to look at my notes app of the order that I have them in. But anyway, um, so in 40th place is season 44. This is the season that Yam Yam wins, and it's like okay. It's kind of boring. Not to say I don't hate Carolyn. I do like Carolyn. I think she's funny. I think when she's at that tribal with Jeff and he's like, and Carolyn's mad at me now, and she goes, "Yeah." Like, sorry, she ate that. Like, she's funny. But oh, she cries a lot, and I don't really like when people be crying on Survivor or Big Brother because like I'm here to watch you play the game. Like, I don't care about your backstory. I don't care about your family. I don't care about any of this, bro. I want you to like wreck these people. Like, I want you to like literally be strategic final boss. But I did like her. She was funny. I did not like Carson. Okay, he is almost solely the reason this is so far down. He was just annoying. I'm sorry. He annoyed me. And his annoyingness was enough to get this season pushed this far down, even more so than some of the other people in these on these seasons. Even like in the later seasons, I just couldn't. I couldn't put up with him. But it was okay. This season was fun. I like Yem Yem, so that's why the season's not like in like the bottom 8. Even worse. Because Yem Yem's okay. I am happy he's gonna be on the traders. I think he'll be fun there. I think he'll be really fun with the housewives. So I'm looking out for that. On 39, I have Marquesas, which kind of fake as fuck as me because I'm literally wearing the buff for the season right now. But it's just not okay. Like these early seasons are just not super entertaining. Because they haven't fully established like the game yet. Like even the fact that in season 1 there's like alliances was like a really big deal. So there's just not a lot of fun game moves here, but there is the first alliance, swap from people in the bottom of the majority alliance to the minority when Nalia and Pascal flip on their alliance and go work with Sean and Vesepia. That ate down. That ate down. When they're having that conversation and she's like, because it was after the challenge where like you get to like hit people's things down, and she realized like, oh my god, like our alliance, like they got them out, but then we were out first. Like they don't want us winning, they don't want us like going further. And then she tells Pascal this, and they decide like, well, we don't want to be at the bottom, like we want to be somewhere else, so we're going to go with these other people where at least we have a better shot of the two of us making it. Like wow, that just eats down, and it literally pioneers strategy for like the rest of the whole game. Like, sorry, they deserve that credit. And it is not given very often. I also think that Vesepia and Sean just deserve the hugest shout out ever. They're both literally spectacular players. Sean is so fucking funny, and it's criminal that he has not got to come back, and that he's not coming back for 50. I'm so pissed because there was a lot of rumors about it before the casting was announced, and then it was announced and he wasn't on there. What the fuck? I was so pissed. Um and Vesepia, oh my god, bring her back. She keeps asking to be part of the show or be part of other shows. Like, let my queen come back, bro. She was so fun. She was so cute. Sorry, like I do love Kathy. Like Kathy's cute, but like, oh, and her and Nalia like did that little agreement at the final so they'd be like, we're gonna vote out Kathy because they knew Kathy was gonna win because Kathy's everybody's mom. She was so cute and nice. Sorry, that ate down. That was like her and Nalia were like, boom, like cutthroat. Like they were like, well, we need to do this, so it's about to be done. They ate down. Even like Boston Rob, I know he goes. I think Lily merge boot right, like last pre-merge boot. He was funny. Even though he was in his little homophobic era with John, he was kind of funny. It was a fun season, even though it's this low. It's just low because it it was like only episodes were good. Like it was, like the Nalia and Pascal flip episode is good. The finale is good. The merge episode is good. But then a lot of those other episodes kind of drag along, especially like pre Nalia flip with that mega alliance. Like, oh, okay, bro. It was just dragging. Season 38, or not season 38th place, I have season 26, Karamoan. Um, this is just this low, honestly, because like if this was its own fan versus favorites and we had no previous fans versus favorites to judge it based off of, this could be higher. But the fact that there's Micronesia, oh, you're draining, bro. You're flatlining. Like comparing it to the other one, this is just so nothing. It's okay. I just think the fans on this season are worse. You would have thought they literally got 9 people off the street that have never heard of Survivor before to play this game. The fans were that It's that bad. It was horrendous. It was embarrassing. And then their favorites, uh, okay, I guess some of them are favorites. I think it's cute that Eric went from a fan to a favorite, even though he randomly gets medevac and has no screen time. Okay, sure. I think Malcolm is genuinely a favorite. I think maybe like Andrea is genuinely a favorite. And I like Cochran, and I'm glad that he won this season. He is not a fucking favorite, especially not at that time. What he did, this is like post South Pacific. Oh, he was like gum off your shoe, bitch. No one fucking liked him. But whatever. This season was kind of good. It's just like it just can't serve in comparison to the first fans and favorites. So when you put this out, it's like, all right, well, it was okay. And yeah, I guess it's fun to see Cochran just decimate these people strategically. Just anytime someone, like, he was like doing some Boston Rob style. Like, you spoke against him, he heard these whispers of, oh, Andrea's gonna flip, boom, Andrea's done. Oh, Brenda's gonna flip, Brenda's done. And I will say this season does give us one iconic moment. It gives us the moment of Brenda asking Dawn to take her teeth out, which, okay, while really funny, is unbearably hard to watch. The secondhand embarrassment is literally indescribable. When Brenda hits her with that, and that day I saw you at your lowest. So I want all of them to see you how I saw you that day. Take out your teeth. Oh, I like stop the stream, stop the clip. I can't. It's so bad. And it makes Brenda look bad. I'm sorry. Like, I love Brenda, but like that is such a bad petty look to be like, take your teeth out. But it's just okay season. Just in comparison to the other fans and favorites, it's just not that good. The favorites aren't really favorites. The fans definitely aren't really fans. I will say also though, Cochran does have this install where he calls this girl Julia. He says Julia's vanilla, and people like vanilla, but nobody's clamoring for vanilla. Okay, so like I steal that insult all the time. If you heard me say it, stole it from John. Stole it from John. Sorry, bruh. In 37th place is Worlds Apart. This season is a drag to get through because of the misogyny of these men against the women, and especially against Shireen. It's unbearable. Okay, like there's people in here that are good strategy. Like I think Carolyn's really good. I kind of wish she won. Mike is good even because he's like the only man standing up for the women at all. But everybody else is so unbearable. Dan especially is unbearable because Dan fucking sucks. Dan and Will, like you both suck at the challenges. You suck at camp. You suck at strategy. How are you speaking on the women right now when you literally suck at everything? It's beyond annoying. And then they're sitting there literally berating Shireen. They're straight up like just insult after insult after insult. It's dehumanizing. It's literally terrible to watch. It's literally horrendous. And the only people standing up for her are like Jen and Mike. And she's besides that, she's all alone out there. I felt terrible for Shireen. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think being annoying and being a little bit shrill is enough of a crime that you need to have people bringing up like your entire family history and past because you're annoying. What the fuck? So whatever. I thought it's just hard to get through with personalities like that on this season. And it's great that Mike wins, but also like, all right, bro, like a idol or like a challenge beast thing to the end is just not that entertaining. This season does give us a good moment at the auction where at the after like everybody does their stuff, Jeff gives the option. He's like, "Okay, guys, and whoever didn't get a chance to get their letters from home, and if you don't think that I should give it to them, raise your hand." And Shireen puts her hand up. Oh my god, it's my favorite gift ever. It's so good. Like she ate that. I think she like goes back on it and puts her hand back down and like they get their stupid letters. But like, no, girl, you should have held strong because it was like a 1v8, bruh. But I was on her team metaphorically from the couch. Okay, Shireen, I was in support. I felt bad. Like I don't think being slightly annoying is enough of a crime that you need to be berated every day. So sue me. Um season 36 is in my 36th spot. Isn't that so cute? And it lines up. Okay, the season was okay. It's just kind of boring. Like, sorry. Uh, Wendell and Dominic, like, yeah, like you played all of them. Like, literally, there is not a moment in that game where I truly felt that either one of them was going to go home. but it's kind of boring because like nothing happens. I mean, there's like some funny moments when there's that one guy that was like a rapper and like everybody in their voting confessionals was like making fun of him. And Wendell specifically was like, put down the pen. Like like that's funny. But I just think overall this season, like the strategy wasn't really there because it was two people like just like barreling through everybody else. Not so fun. It was kind of gaggy that they had a tie vote and that Missy had to break it. Oh, if I was her, I don't even know what I would have done. Like you got to just sit there and like you're the decider. Like this isn't like, oh, okay, like the tribe decide. Like no, like you're at this point, you are the final decision of who wins this $1,000,000. And she chose Wendell, which okay, I mean like it's again like as I said earlier, like whoever wins wins, you deserve the win. But it would have been a little more satisfying, at least strategically, if Dominic won. I will leave it at that. It's just not a super entertaining season. Sorry. And like I literally cannot name the people on this season besides the rapper guy that I forgot the name of and Dominic and Wendell and Missy, I guess. But like I don't remember anybody else from this season. Like that's not a good sign. Um in the 35th we have All Stars. Okay, like this season is indescribable. Okay, so like I think that it's really weird that they just let Richard be naked all the time. And then, of course, Sue leaves because she feels uncomfortable when he gets naked at that challenge. Completely understandable. And I think that is crazy that, like, I mean, he gets voted out that episode anyway just because his tribe lost. But, like, y'all are just going to let him do that and probably not do anything, which is, I mean, like, it was so long ago, but still, that's just unacceptable. I also think it's so heartbreaking that Jenna chooses to go home because she just feels like it's not right with her mom, that her mom does die like 8 days later. And Jeff was being so mean to her when she was announced that she was quitting. Everyone was being so mean, but her tribe. Like, her tribe were the only people being nice. It was kind of really rude. Like, I think that no matter if someone was quitting, like, all stars, you're quitting all stars, like I would assume like okay, something really big is wrong, like you really are feeling something is wrong. Like no one's gonna quit that for funsies. Like what? I think everybody was too mean to Sue and Jenna in both those instances. um and then this season is kind of just not super fun strategy wise because like all right, like it ate when like they did the tribe swap and it was like half, like literally all of the tribe minus Amber was on one, and then Amber was stuck with the other people. And yeah, like Rob when he makes that deal with Lex and then goes back on it. Oh, that's gaggy. In that confessional, he's like, "You didn't think I really meant that, did you?" Oh, Boston Rob, you're the devil, but I love you. Like, sorry, Rob and Amber's love story here is like literally makes me want to cry. Like, whoa, just whoa. Not even the words to describe that. Like you literally fell in love on TV and then you had your wedding paid for by CBS and you have 4 kids today and your life is perfect. Like it's so beautiful, bro. And you both got to be on Winners at War cuz Amber wins this season. Wow. I mean, the season does have a few iconic moments. Again, the Lex and Kathy of it all with the Rob, blindsiding them, backstabbing them. It's just everything this season felt a little too personal. So like when there's like these fun game moves like that, it's like, oh, that's fun. And then you go to the final tribal and Kathy's like crying, talking to Rob, talking about like there was an alternate path you could have taken that like spared our feelings. Like, am I interrupting? Like ooh, just a little bit too personal for my liking. I think this season, I think it's like okay, like it's fine. I think if you want to watch it, you'll get stuff out of it. But there's just like the people that I wanted to see go far leave early. Like Rob Cesternino leaves early, Jerry leaves kind of early. Like okay, I did like Jenna Lewis's tirade against the winners. I hope she continues that on season 50. Jenna, you know what you need to do. In 34th place is season 45. This is the season that D wins. It's fine. I really do like some of the people here. I really like Emily. I really like Caleb. I like that I like that there's cursed yellow tribes on this, through season 41 through 48. Like the yellow tribe is like you're on there and you're like fuck my life. Um I do think Emily and Caleb are so cute that they're like the survivors of that, and like they make an okay run into the merge. Like they were cute. Um, but again, like you saw Dee pull up. Oh, she's steamrolling. Not a second of that season did I ever think she was seriously in danger. And like I love Dee like mother, but it's kind of boring to watch. Kind of boring to watch when you just know she's gonna win. Um, Also just all of these seasons, like the 41 through 48, like okay, well you all kind of run together. Like I can't like I had to differentiate them by like who's the winner. Because other than that, I don't really remember who else is on the season. Because there's no theme, there's no special location, there's no nothing. Like the least you could do is have a theme or something. It's just whatever. So just not as super fun. I also can't think of many like moments that happened. Like nothing's popping in my brain. I'm thinking of I guess like the auction came back and there was like the cute little moment from Emily where like this whole game she's been talking about like I hate these people. I'm a computer. I'm here to game. And then she drinks one margarita and she's like shaking her butt. Like Emily Flippin, I love you. Um okay, in 33rd place is Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. This season, had the winner not been Ben, would be much higher. I liked Devin. I love Chrissy, bruh. Like Chrissy, oh, that's literally my mother. That's literally my mom. Like Chrissy, I love you. Um, like this game, like this was good. Like they were doing some backstabbing. It was serious. Chrissy was getting down when there was that idol at camp and it was under the flag, and they're doing like literally everybody runs at the flag and start tackling each other over it. Bruh, please, that was so good. It just really gets dragged down by Ben continuously happening to find idols, and then they happen to start the final for fire making. Don't get me started. That shit needs to go. That's all I'm saying on that. Final for fire making, get the fuck out. But yeah, then Ben winning, like, okay, like I'm like again, he deserved it, but I don't like it. So therefore this season is getting demoted. I do think it's so iconic that Chrissy literally went on a challenge beach rampage though. And like as a grown mother, like is like tying the record for most individual immunity by a women in one season. Don't mother like that, bro. I'm so excited she's on 52. She makes me so excited. But yeah, the season is just mm, eh, not great. Not really serving. Not super memorable either. I'm sorry. In 32nd place, I have Africa, which like all right, Africa's cute. Africa gives us Ethan. I do love Ethan. It gives us Lex. Lex is funny. And it gives us Big Tom, and Big Tom is not funny. Um, Big Tom is crazy though because they were talking about. I think he's lost the most weight ever on any season ever. Like he lost like literally an insane amount of weight being there. But Africa again, like oh, I love T Bird as well. She gets a shout out. But like this try like okay, like this like season, like there was these like dynamics on the tribes where it started to be like the young people versus the old people, but like the young people like pissed me off. So I was like, now you make me vote for the old people, and there is some like old homophobic dude. Like fuck, like come on. It just wasn't a super fun season. I don't know, not very memorable. I think like the memorable moments are in like the food challenge when they had to drink that pint of blood was crazy. I just think like the most memorable part of this is the fact that they're in Africa. Like the fact that they were just like in the safari and there were just like legit fucking animals out there and they had to be kind of like there's like not a fence around them, but like people had to stand and watch guard to make sure the animals didn't get them. Like like the most memorable thing about this season is where it took place, which is fine because that's what it is for a lot of the early seasons. But it's like the people here are not really serving drama moment. Like they're just kind of giving like a couple petty fights about age differences and stuff like that. But there were some cute people. I love Ethan. Ethan was fun. I'm glad he won. But I don't know. Not a lot of game going on either. Because again, it's like early in the show. So it's kind of just everybody going with the flow, going with, I must stick with my original tribe, this, that, and the other. So, okay, but not super memorable. In 31st, we have season 48, the most recent season. Oh my god, bruh. This season, honestly, I probably should have put it lower because this now I'm reflecting on this right now. This season pissed me the fuck off. Okay, like Eva and Joe. Joe coming back for season 50 literally makes me want to hang myself. I saw enough of his big ass on season 38. Okay, he doesn't need to be back, let alone within a fucking year of his last escapade on the show that already ruined my life. Oh my god, fuck off, bro. I could not care less about him and Eva. They pissed me off so bad. I at least have some solace in the fact that Camilla and Kyle, Kyle ends up the winner and Camilla's coming back for 50. I like Camilla. She can come back. He can go. Kyle don't even need to be on there either. I don't know why the fuck Kyle's on 50. You could have found another winner? Like what? Kyle can go too. Okay, he already won. He did his little big thing. I don't need him to come back. No, damn, this season Loki really should be lower because I can't think of a single person I like on this show or on this season besides Camilla. I guess, well, who was that one lady that was like an early juror and she was calling out David or whatever his name was? She was chill. That was kind of it though. Like this season pissed me off. Again, no moments that I can think of besides fucking Joe and Eva crying every episode. Oh my god. And like I know she has autism and it must be so difficult out there, but like again, you guys like the producers and editors of the show, I don't need to see her crying every fucking episode. I don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. You wonder why your engagement's down. Nobody wants to watch fucking crying best friendsville, okay? We want to watch like cutthroat survivor. It's not, out cry, out pout, out sad sob story. Like no one cares. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe this season really should probably be lower. Now that I'm really thinking of it. But whatever, it can stay there. Because at least I do think Kyle played a good, deserving winner game. That can't be said for a lot of these on this section of the list. It's like okay, I'll give him that, and I'll give him that. I thought it was super funny when during the final tribal, him and Camilla, like Camilla would keep giving him like dunk shots, like she'd be giving him the assist on the jury. Like oh, that was so funny. That was so cute of her. So like, all right, I guess they're chill. This season just felt like not great. Like what? How is this like one of the first two seasons leading up to like your big, Goliath season 50? Are you kidding? And there's three people from the season on 50. I wouldn't put one person on the season from 50, let alone fucking three. But all right, whatever, bro. Maybe no one wants to come back to your show because it's losing ratings and nobody cares anymore. Our list is in 30th, season 24, One World. Okay, this like had the potential to be super gaggy because it was like a tribe swap of men versus women, but they were all on like one beach. So it was like they could kind of talk to each other. But how do I say this? The men on this season suck. Um like how is the most memorable man here Colton and it's because he was like literally gay Satan. Like that's not a good thing. And he quits. But it does get okay, like it's at 30 because the women here fucking devour. Okay? Like, oh my god, are they fucking awesome. Kim as a winner, probably in my top 5 winners ever. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, she is so good this season. Like, there was not a moment, like, she walked on that beach and you knew she was winning. It was a done deal when she got there. She's that fucking good. Um, even the other people here, like I think Kat is funny. Sorry, I love Sabrina. Like all of the women here are so fucking good, and then the men suck. Okay, the men they have a guy named Troyzan and Tarzan. Are you fucking kidding me? That's not real. That's not real people's names. That's not your name. That's literally unreal. Um, like the men are serving so little that it just can't help but drag the season a little because, for the first half or like the pre-merge, like the women have to work with them and it sucks. Like this is so nothing. But I do love the fact that like what maybe the final six and onwards is all women. I think I don't know. Whenever Troy Zan finally gets the boot after he wins his stupid immunity and he's going, "This is my island." Bitch, you're such a loser. He's so lame. Like this season is so cute though, and I think that like I don't know, it's just kind of like a middle season. Like these are kind of like the middle of the road. Like these are like this kind of perfect middle. Like yeah, I think that's like good. I think that it does show like the bad parts of Survivor. Like it shows like Colton, literally being so racist, and then of course the black guy that he's being racist to is one that gets voted out. And then like an episode later, Colton quits anyway and pretends he has appendicitis. Okay, sure. But then I think it shows some of the good too. Like I think Kat's final tribal, where like this whole game she's been like ditzy and kind of clueless, but then she goes up there at her final tribal and she's talking about like, and I had a open heart transplant, and playing this game with you guys has meant so much to me, and it's like shown me so much out of like outside of my bubble and stuff. Like that was really kind of impactful. Like damn, Kat, like pulled that out of nowhere. Um, and like I just think that Kim is such a good winner. It kind of makes up for how bad the first half of the season is. Like sorry. Um in 29th we have Game Changers. This fucking season. Okay, this season not Game Changers. Like it's called that. The people cast not Game Changers. Maybe 5% of them are Game Changers. This season pisses me off so bad, but it does have some really iconic moments and some really uh controversial and like bad moments. And okay, like Sarah as the winner is like kind of a letdown. Like she kind of sucks. Okay, so I have to say this story. This was during I've been watching a lot of seasons live. This was one of them that I watched live. I was on vacation. Me and my family and my friend's family, and so the parents are watching downstairs. We were watching like the kids were watching it upstairs, and so the week that we were on vacation that we were watching this air happened to be the fucking week of the crazy outing Zeke moment. So when Varner is like, and Zeke is deceptive in this game, and everybody's like, "What? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "Zeke, why haven't you told anybody you're transgender?" So like, all right, we're like maybe 10, so we don't really know what transgender is, but like everybody at the tribal is gagging, like every like Ty's in tears. Andrea and Debbie are like screaming. I don't think Debbie was there, but Andrea's like screaming at him. Like it was like we were like, whoa, like that must have been a really big secret. That must have been really important. So whatever, we watched the episode, like it was good that Varner didn't even get voted out. He just like commanded him out basically. Was like, we don't need to vote, just go. But then we had to like go downstairs and be like, go talk to our parents, all of us, and be like, what's transgender? Like that's not funny. But then like, how does this perfect set of events happen that like the week this is airing is the week we're on vacation that we're watching, and then this all happens, and then our parents like explained it was fine, but like we were all like, okay, like that was a really crazy tribal, but like, what the fuck does that mean? But this, oh my god, like this season has some like good moments, like there's some good blind sides, especially this like early moments. Like there's some shit with Sandra pre-merge. Oh, she was so fun here. When her and Michaela eat all, or she eats all the sugar and then she blames it on Michaela is good. Um, Even like Tony going early, he was funny, and then okay, like you guys are like over this video, like me and Tony, like, it's a season to season type of relationship I got with him. Like he'd be pissing me off bad sometimes, but he was funny here because he was like gaming too early and then they sniped him out. It was quite funny. Um, but I will never, ever be as devastated as I was ever again in my life. And my dad's dead, and this was probably still more devastating to me. That fucking advantage get in where Suri is literally in the fucking final 6 or 5. I can't remember. And like for Suri, that's crazy because like everybody, this she stepped foot on the beach. Episode 1, they're talking about she's the biggest threat out here, and she's made it like a pretty deep run into the merge. And like she's only without an advantage because she's baller like that. She doesn't need any. And then everybody at this tribal but her plays a fucking advantage. Like it literally didn't matter what the votes were that were cast. The only person that could have got votes was Suri. But for that matter, she didn't even have any in the fucking any votes. But then she had to go anyway. Cause when they do a revote, after everybody plays their fucking advantages and their idols and their whatevers, she's the only one left without it. So she had to go. It was literally makes me so mad. I can't talk about it. It was fucking daylight robbery. It was so egregious. That was the moment that they should have looked at this and reflected, we're doing too much. we have too many idols, we have too many advantages. What do? They look at it and say, "Oh my god, that was so baller. That shit was so awesome." It was so awesome that these Suri Fields got taken out by your stupid fucking advantage get in. Are you fucking kidding me? How are you like this, Jeff Probst? How are you this fucking stupid? Pisses me off. Pisses me off. So, like, I like this season. It is quite fun. There's a lot of funny moments, but like, oh, I will never forgive you for what you did to Suri in that moment with all those fucking idols. And she wasn't even gonna go home that tribal if they didn't all start fucking playing them. She had no fucking votes. Like, oh my god, that was her game to fucking lose, and then she didn't even lose it. I'm not done. Oh, like that wasn't even her fucking fault, bro. She could have kept going, probably won that season. It makes me so fucking mad. Oh, whatever. I gotta move on. In my 28th spot is South Pacific. Sorry, this season is probably way higher than most people have it at, like for me having it at 28. I fuck with this season heavy. I think it's funny as fuck that they do a coaches season, or okay, like a returnee season with only one returnee on each original tribe. I'll call that coaches. I guess you can determine what vocabulary you want to use for it. Um, I think it's hilarious that the people they choose are Coach and Ozzy. Because can you imagine they walk out and it's like Ozzy, and then Coach walks out. What the fuck is Coach doing here? Okay, I love Coach. I'm like in the minority. I think Coach is funny as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm glad he's on 50. You guys can jump me. I'm a Coach fan. I'm sorry. Okay, I think he's literally funny. I think he's mental in a funny way. But if I walked on that beach, or okay, they were in a little arena thing actually. But if I walked out there and I'm sitting there and like, this is your team's coach. It's Coach. And the other team's got fucking Ozzy. I'm walking out. I'm walking into the ocean to the boat, to production boat and leaving. What the fuck? But no, I think this season is really funny. And it's crazy the way that like every other tribal, like each side won. So it was like, like immunity challenge won, green team wins, and then blue team, and then red team, and then blue team. Like, damn. It was hella even. And then this gaggy fucking oh. Okay, so let me preface this by saying there was Redemption Island on this, which meant like if you got voted out, you and a person that was also voted out would battle and you would stay. And then after like at the point where it become the merge, whoever won that one got back in the game. So Ozzy does some like he tells the tribe vote me out so I can take out this chick from Coach's original team so that when we go to the merge, we have an even 6-6 of like who's left on each tribe. And he does that. Um but when he's like telling the he's on red team, I'll just say that 'cause I don't remember the tribe name, but he's like they're in this arena and he's like making this little speech to like the blue team to like like Coach's team to try to trick them into thinking he's mad at his team. And he's doing maybe some of the worst acting I've ever seen on a show ever. Like he's being like, and they betrayed me. Literally sorry. Like you're not gonna me hating Ozzy either. I'm glad he's on 50 as well. Like that was shit was so funny, bro. He knew he had to have known that shit was not fooling anybody. But whatever. Then they go in to this merge tribal, and it's like an even 6-6 vote, and nobody's budging. Until the first vote, it's an even tie. But throughout the merge, John Cochran, who was on Ozzy's tribe, had been kind of, picked on a little, kind of belittled by the team because he was nerdy and he was scrawny, and everybody else on the team was kind of like popular jock type, kind of teenager, high school popular kid. And Cochran was not. And they're at this tribal, and throughout this whole like merge, Coach and his team have really been wearing Cochran down. Like, come on, like come join us. Like at least with us, like you'll stay longer. Like with them, they're voting you out the first chance you get. Which like okay, Coach's team does that anyway, but whatever. Um, and so the first vote, Cochran stays loyal. He's like, okay, like nah, like I'm gonna stick with my tribe. I'm gonna stick with Ozzy. But then on the revote, he flips his fucking vote. Oh, this shit got so heated. Like the people on his original tribe with Ozzy get so mad at him. Like the one guy literally turns and like Cochran's sitting in front of him and he's like, coward. Ooh. It was dead serious. It was dead serious. It does so bad. But it was gag. Like that's like the defining moment of the season for me. Like, oh, that shit was good. Um, the rest of the season is okay. I do really love the winner. I think Sophie is so funny. Let me preface this by saying, the original Coach's original tribe, he basically made a cult. I'll leave it at that. He like literally became like a cult like figure, and Sophie would play into it, but she didn't actually believe it. And then at the very end, she bests him in the final tribal, and she makes him look a fool because everybody on the jury is asking like, "Coach, own up to this, own up to this. Like you were manipulating us, you know, like we're not really your family, like this, that." He's like, "No, I love all of you guys," but like no one believes him. Like they all know, like, no, you don't. But then Sophie comes in with the kill, and she was like, "Well, yeah, I'm actually the one that dragged Coach to the end. Like he's my little girl." Like, oh, she's so gag. I was so happy when she returned for Winners at War. I love Sophie. So I think for me, like, sorry, South Pacific is a good season. Everybody hates it, but I love Coach and Ozzy, and I love Sophie, and I just think that like it was such like a perfectly matched like tribe to tribe for that whole pre-merge that it's so entertaining. The merge gets a little bit less entertaining because then it's just like Coach's side picking off Ozzy's side, but it was still fun. Um, 27th place, I have season 46, which is Kenzie's winning season. Yeah, yeah. The people on this season are so fun to me. I love Tiff. I love Kenzie. I love Q. This season aired during my first semester of senior year of high school, and like that, just like it, that context is there as needed. That it was like during this time where I was at my peak happiness. So it has just like such a good impact on me. Like I remember I was talking to my AP bio teacher about Q. Like yeah, like because he's also a Survivor fan. Like yeah, that's so silly. But this was a fun season for me. The only person I did not like this season was Charlie. Everybody else I liked. I liked Ben. I liked Maria. I liked everybody, but Charlie. Oh my god, when they're at that final council, final tribal council, and they're like setting up the rules for how they want to do it, and Tiffany says, "And I don't want to hear no Taylor Swift references." Me and my sister were watching this live over Christmas break, and we were fucking crying, laughing. We were so happy because we were like, "Oh, thank God!" Like Tiff, whack him again. I even think the pre-jury of this season was entertaining. So you got fucking Banu, which like I'm not gonna debate the ethics of when Survivor has their like one like outsider per season where they're like, oh, look at this guy who barely speaks any English. Let's all laugh at him. I think it's weird. But Banu was funny. When he gets on the ground and begs on his hands and knees to Tiff to find him an idol, she doesn't have an idol. And then when they're at their one tribal and Jeff says something, he just goes, like, sorry, Banu was fun. This whole season was fun. Like, it was kind of like a happy-go-lucky family season that they all loved each other, but I loved it, and I fucked with it heavy when Maria didn't vote for Charlie. Deserved. Everybody that says Charlie deserved the win, fuck out my mentions, fuck out my face, get away from me. Um, like I think whoever wins wins, and I think in this case, I think Kenzie did play a better game than Charlie. I think Charlie mismanaged the fuck out of Maria. And he should have known that he didn't have the votes he thought he had. He should have known that, like, for sure Tiffany was going to vote for Kenzie and such, like some of those other people on there. Like, I don't, that's on him, bro. I just do not fuck with Charlie, bro. I'm pissed that he's okay coming back. He need to be like second boot. Like, he need to go. But whatever. I thought it was a good season. I think it's like, maybe this is my second. I think that might be the highest of my season 40s, but this one's pretty good. I do love this one a lot. Um, 26th place is Borneo. This is also probably higher than most people would have it, but I think that Borneo, like, are the challenges boof as fucking terrible? Yes. Is there no strategy going on besides Richard? Yes. Is it also like a really good starter season? Yes. Because you have to understand the context of like, oh my god, like he literally made the first alliance. Like, how could you have it low on your list? Like, he literally revolutionized the game. Like, he literally made alliances. How could you ever rate this season so low? I don't care how boring it is. I don't care that it's kind of a snooze fest and that it's like dumb. Every person on this season is serving, bro. Jenna is serving. Colleen and Greg are serving. Sean in his alphabetical voting are serving. Sue and Kelly and Rudy, like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I don't know how you could ever have a season that has Sue's snakes and rats speech at that final tribal anywhere near the bottom of your ranking. That itself is pushing this at least up into the 20s. That speech is insane. It's literally wonderful. Like, I'm about to get that speech tattooed. No, I'm not. But yes, I am. Like, I just think that, like, to put this season any lower is such a discredit to what it created in terms of the game. I can't imagine how Survivor would look if Richard did not do alliances. Like, if he didn't make that alliance with Kelly and Sue and Rudy. Because then no one else would want to do it. Like, you had to have a mean gay dude do it. Who else would be brave enough to make alliances and, strategize like that in a game that was meant to just see, like, who could survive? Like, he ate that. And it literally, like, the game would not be what it is today if it not for that. Like, oh my god, I could speak about it forever. It's just so important. And yeah, Richard's weird, and he like went to jail because he didn't pay his taxes and whatever. But like, you can't deny his impact. That's like impact, like that's impact as fuck. You cannot touch that. So yeah, am I probably inflating it more than its enjoyability is? Yeah, but I cannot justify putting it lower. Not when it's like the basis of all the rest of the seasons. I just can't. Um, at a nice 25, basically the halfway, I have Winners at War. Okay. This might get me jumped for real that this is this low. Sorry, but this season was just like disappointing. It's how I think 50 is going to be. I think when 50 comes out, I'm sure it'll be in this section of my rankings, unless it's really, really, really flop or somehow super slay and like Suri wins. Then I guess it'll be like number one. But Winners at War is like, I was just upset because like all of the people I wanted to watch, which were like the old school players, go out early. I don't give a fuck about Ben or Sarah. I don't even really give a fuck about Tony. Okay, and then you have the stupid Edge of Extinction, which I guess is nice because then like, Natalie gets voted out, but I can still see her, which was nice. Or like Amber and Ethan and Parvati are voted out, but I can still see them. But like, it was just not what I wanted it to be. It was just disappointing. I was sad, bro. And then the way that Parvati and Sandra get voted out, and then legit the next fucking week COVID happened. Mm-mm. That was like, that was the ultimate bad omen about what was to come in the next few years. Like, nah, that was diabolical. Diabolical watching them leave in the same episode. It was just everyone I wanted. Like, every time someone that I liked got voted out, I'd be like, okay, let me find a new favorite to root for. And then they would get voted out. It was nonstop. Because, like, sorry, but my favorites are never going to be, fucking Tony or Ben or Sarah. They suck. Okay, well, Tony's okay sometimes, but Ben and Sarah suck. I do not tolerate them. I don't like them. Um, like, I'd say the only person I like nearing that, like, second half of the jury is Jeremy. Everybody else pisses me off but Jeremy. Like, oh, so whatever. Um, like, it was a fine season. Just for Winners at War, I expected better. Sorry. 24, I have Australian Outback. Okay, this is like probably also higher than most people would have it, but I love Tina as the winner. I think she's such an underrated gamer. Like, I think the fact that she was able to convince Colby to bring her to the final tribal instead of the chef guy that everybody hated is such an underrated move. Cause like, it's like literally, in Big Brother 16 where Cody takes Derek and not Victoria. She's the queen of this. She's the OG. Like, she's the Derek. Like, whoa, Tina, your game too strong. Your social game too fierce. They can't handle it. Um, and I think that like this just has some really iconic moments to me. Like, you have Scoopin falling in the fucking fire. That's crazy. I mean, deserved now that we know what we know, but crazy. And then you have the like the lie about the like, oh, he has beef jerky, oh, I was chewing grass, whatever. That is so fucking funny. You have the rise of Jerry, villainess, original Black Widow Jerry. Villainess is a strong word. I think that early 2000 just couldn't handle a woman that was assertive. Yeah, sorry, I love Jerry. Jerry's like my favorite player, like in my top 5 ever. Like I love Jerry. Um, Even Colby I think is good this season. Like he's kind of funny. Like him and Jerry, they were like flirting, but then he was like, "I don't want to flirt anymore. I'm not your damn chocolate bar." Like sorry, but that's funny. Like I just think that this one's like good, and I think it does have some gaggy votes where like people like like Tina kind of be flipping sometimes. She was kind of underrated gamer. Like she was kind of on that under the radar stealth game. I love Tina. I'm so glad she's come back multiple times. She was such a queen. Ugh, literally a very good winner. Um, Season 23, or not season 23, in 23rd place, I have season 21, Nicaragua, which, okay, this is also gonna get me jumped because people do not like this season. But I just think that if you don't like it, you just haven't watched it enough. Like, sorry, but this season is giving us Purple Kelly. It's giving us Nyanka. It's giving us Fabio. It's giving us Marty. It's giving us Brenda. Oh my god, this season is too good. And I get that the first couple, like, you're not gonna get it the first time you hear it, okay? Like the first couple episodes are really such a drag, because it's like old people versus young people. So of course the young people are like dominating. The old people stood like no chance. Like, bro, you're old people trying to play Survivor. Um, but once you start hitting that like late pre-merge into the early merge, this shit gets serious. It was funny as fuck. Nyanka, I think the fact that Nyanka's on this season puts it into at least past my 30th ranking. Nyanka is so funny. She's so entertaining. When she literally wrestles with the uh other lady that has like an amputated leg for that fucking idol clue, not a hint of regret. Not a hint of regret. She's so funny. She's so funny. And like, yeah, she quit. Her and Purple Kelly quit, but like, I don't want to hear it, okay? I don't think that people are quitting Survivor willy fucking nilly. Okay, like I don't think they're doing it because we just got tired of it. Okay, Nyanka and Purple Kelly were out in the fucking Nicaraguan rain and like I mean torrential downpours. And it's like freezing at night. And they're in their fucking underwear and like a tank top. Dude. Like it has to be too much for anybody at that point. Like just the conditions and the weather, it's literally unimaginable how horrific that is. And they have like barely any clothing. So I just think when people judge quitters, like, nah, you're not gonna get that from me. I think that if you did it at that moment, you felt you needed to do it. Cause why else? Like, I don't think people go on this game and say, I'm gonna quit. I'm just not really feeling it. Like, no. Okay, well maybe some of these later ones in the 40s seasons, because your season's 26 days, bitch. Come on, get it together. But in like the earlier seasons, like it was dead serious. I don't judge. I also think Fabio is literally hilarious. As a winner, literally ridiculous. I think it's so funny. I think it's funny that his name's Judd and they call him Fabio. Like they were like, no, you're not Judd anymore. You're just Fabio. I think that's so good. I think the season's funny. I think it's so funny that the other two guys don't win. The one that ended up becoming some country singer and then the Sash or whatever. Like, please, I know Sash was pissed that Fabio won because Fabio, but he was kind of gaming. Like people say he had no game. Like, no, he was. He just wasn't with your gamers. Okay, he was on with like Jane, and then when Jane got out, he said, "Fuck, I got no allies. Now I got immunity streak to the end," and he did. Like, sorry, he was getting that shit done. Oh, like he was funny. I'm sorry. In 22nd place, I have Fiji. Oh, like this season also struggles from like the theme of it is not conducive to an entertaining pre-merge. Like you have the haves versus the have-nots. Bro, of course the haves are gonna like dominate the challenges. I don't think the have-nots want a single fucking challenge. But then like, yeah, it's like fun because you have like Yao Min and Earl on that team, on the have not tribe. So it's like, all right, they're fun to watch, but like loss after loss after loss, like it gets repetitive and it gets annoying and it's not very entertaining. But then because you're annoyed that they're losing, but then you're annoyed by the winning tribe because they haven't gone through any hardship. Like there's no tension on their team. It's fucking la di da friendship land over there. That's not very fun to watch either. So like, all right, like pre-merge not super exciting. The merge gets exciting. The merge, we have this genius. So there's like this little tribe called these not tribe alliance called the Horsemen, and it's I think like Dreams, Edgardo, and two other people. And so then Yao Man and Earl's little alliance are like, well, shit, like we want to vote one of them out, but we don't know which one of them has the idol, and we think it's oh, it was Mookie and Alex. So like, we think it's either Mookie or Alex. And then, oh, this genius. She goes, well, then why don't we vote Edgardo? Because she knew that he didn't have the idol. And this is so early in the idols that it was like not even a thought to like play it on your ally. Like it was just wasn't really the strategy yet. So then they go to this tribal and of course they like, put the votes in a specific order so it's like the most drama. And they're reading the votes and it's like for whatever person the Four Horsemen chose that was in the Yao Man Earl alliance, and they're going through and it's reading them, and then Jeff hits him with the Edgardo. Oh my god! Like if I can find a gif of the face when he reads this, when like Edgardo realizes like, fuck, I'm going home. Like he literally is like smiling and he goes, oh, she was so good. That shit was so funny. And then later this season, okay, this is like a controversial moment, but I think it gets like overhyped. So there is like at the like final 5 or 6, there's a reward challenge and Yao Man wins a car and Dreams outside of the game and everything is like homeless, he's kind of struggling, and Yao Man is like, Dreams, I will give you this car if at the final 4 immunity you let me win. Because then he's a guaranteed spot in the final 3 and like Yao Man was finna win. Like if he got into the final 3, it was done. And Dreams is like, yeah, 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 like I'll make this deal where we swap the car for the final 4 immunity. So okay, whatever. That's the agreement. Final 4 immunity comes around, it's down to Yao Man and Dreams. In this little, they had to like hold on to this like little water thing. It was like flowing down on them. Dreams isn't dropping. Dreams wins the immunity. Okay, okay. That's kind of worrisome, but maybe he'll just give his immunity up at the tribal. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Then they get to tribal, and keep in mind, a lot of people saw them make this deal. Like, people on the jury saw them make this deal. And then Jeff is talking about, okay, time to vote, Dreams, do you want to give up your immunity? It's like dead silent for like 10 seconds. Dreams goes, no. Oh, everybody mad as fuck. They're mad at Dreams, which like, all right, I get it. They're mad at him because he went back on his word against Yao Man, and Yao Man is like God's angel to these people. So then Yao Man does get voted out there, and then at the final tribal, everybody like screams at Dreams. But I think that this was a valid decision. And even Yao Man has said after, he's like, no, I was like guilt tripping him like crazy. Like he was like, no, I was just trying to leverage anything I could to get to the end. Like I know it was a shit thing to do. Like I knew he probably wasn't gonna give me the immunity. I was just doing anything I could think of. So like I don't think Dreams or Yao Man like have any beef with each other to this day or nothing. But like, oh, I think it's kind of nasty to try to like leverage someone's home situation against them in the game. Like that's like this like there's always like a conflict of like, is it outside of the game knowledge? Like is what I share with you me trying to like open up to you and be vulnerable, or are you gonna, or like is it okay if I do that and then you use it against me? Which like I don't really think it is, but maybe I'm just too sensitive. But that was still gag when he's like went back on that agreement. Oh, jury was pissed. I mean, like he wasn't gonna win anyway. Like it was between Earl and Yao Man. Whoever was sitting in that final 2, whichever one of them didn't get voted out at that final tribal, like that was who was winning. So it was fine. Like Earl had that shit locked in. But also behind the scenes, they didn't show us at all in the season. But Earl had like the first All Black alliance. Like he was talking about like, yeah, me, Cassandra, and Dreams, which is the final 3 of the season, and they're all black. He was like, no, we were in an alliance. Like they didn't show it on the show, but early in the merge, like we made an alliance with the 3 of us, and I think there is maybe someone else that went out earlier in the merge, and like we all agreed to stick together. And this is cut from the show. I only know this because I watched an interview with him about it. He did an interview where he was like talk about that and some other little things. And it's just like I can't believe like I mean no I can definitely believe they didn't include it. It's just like disheartening because like that was a pretty impactful final three that they were all black. Like whoa, and then to just discredit it to be like oh it was just happenstance. It wasn't happenstance. They were gaming that shit. But oh whatever. All right. In my 21st spot, I have season 42. This one is basically this high up solely for one person, and that is Marianne. And yes, she's the winner, but she is just so lovely. She's so funny. I fucking love her, okay? Like, is everybody else's okay, I hate Jonathan. Like, okay, on this season, like Omar and Marianne, you're slaying. Lindsay, you're slaying. Jonathan, get the boot. Like you can go. Mike is kind of slaying. Whatever. Marianne carries this season so unbelievably hard for me. I love her so much. I don't know what it is. Her personality is just so engaging and open, and she's so kind, and she's just so cute. But then she's also like so like Loki cutthroat in the game. Like, oh my god, when she votes out Omar, like what? That shit was so gag. And he was like, was that you? And she goes, yeah. Like, oh my God. And then when they go to that final tribal and she reveals she had that secret idol, so she was never even in danger. Oh my God. She was so good. Such an underrated winner, guys. I swear. Like, I don't think people ever give her the credit she deserves. She's so good. And sorry, but she's also like the season, her and Omar are single handedly boosting this season's ranking because I watched them play Blood on the Clock Tower on Rob as a podcast. Like, sorry, I didn't say I was unbiased. This is my opinion. And their presence on Rob as a podcast has made me reflect on their season with joy and positivity. So it has boosted its rating. I really do like most people on this season. They're so funny. I think it's funny that I can't remember his name, but the first boot that's like Curry's brother from Big Brother 25. Stop, that's so silly. That he was flirting with Marianne. Like, oh, so silly, so silly. It's just a good season. And for me, definitely out of these like 40s seasons, is I think it's my highest rated one. If not, it's my second highest. Like, it's just too good. It's actually a genuinely good season, which cannot be said for many of those ones. And I remember the people in it. You know how rare that is that I can name 5 people from a season that starts with letter 4? Okay? Like, nah. This was a good one, okay? I really genuinely like this one. Even though Jonathan sucks, and I'm mad he's coming back, I still love this season because I love Marianne and Omer. They make up for it. So wonderful. Okay, to the final 20. So in 20th, we have season 47. I don't think this will ever, like, I think this is the highest any of the new seasons are ever going to get. Okay, like, this is the precipice of these newer ones for me. The people here are gaming. They are doing so good. Oh my god. Like, okay, the pre-merge is a little bit slow sometimes, but it's pretty good. You had the one guy that I can't think of his name. He was Rome, I think is his name, and he like thought he was hot shit and he like wasn't hot shit. It was kind of funny. But I think it really hits its stride late pre-merge into the merge. Oh my god. Like the rise of Genevieve versus Rachel is so fucking good. Both of them as players are spectacular, okay? This was like a reiteration of Amanda versus Parvati for me. Like this was so important to me. They were so important to me. That's like those two are basically the sole reason why this is so high. I mean, Sam and Teeny also are getting some bonus points because they made this a lot more fun. Like they made this such a fun season for me. But like, damn, if Rachel and Genevieve were not on here, I do not think it would be this high. But they are both so fucking good, literally indescribable. Like I think both of them, like oh my god, Operation Italy. You can say what you will. Like Andy's kind of a loser, but it was fun. It was good. It was a good move. I love when they name moves. Like that was so cute. That was so fun. But oh my god, like Rachel evading it, like Rachel surviving through these immunities, Genevieve getting taken out right before the final three, like oh, so beautiful. Such a good season. Gameplay wise, player wise, everybody's like they're not mean spirited, but they're not afraid to be cutthroat. it's just such a breath of fresh air. It felt like old Survivor again, low key. I mean, like, and yeah, there was like stupid advantages, but the gameplay felt refreshing because it felt old, which sounds stupid, but that's the best I can explain it. Um, I just think that like it was so good. I love Rachel as a winner. I was rooting for her like the whole time. Like she stepped foot on the beach and I was ready to go. I was like, yup, yup, yup. I'm so happy Genevieve's on 50. I think if Genevieve wasn't on 50, I wouldn't even watch. Like, oh my god, bro. I think that shit is ridiculous. I'm so glad she's on there, even though like I just have faith that she's gonna work with the old school players. I trust her. I love this season. I think it's like the best showing of the new era. Um, in 19th place, we have Gabon, which this one also might get me jumped. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. This season is funny as fuck. Okay, is there like any gameplay going on? No, not really. I mean, people try to have alliances, like they try, but this season is so fucking funny. Every person on this season is funny. Ace and his ever changing accent are funny. Susie in her random win streak to the end, where then she low key almost won the game, hilarious. Oh my god. Corinne, is Corinne literally evil? Yes. Is she also really funny? Yes. Is Sugar agitating? Yes. Is she probably the one that should have won this season and was actually playing the game? Yes. Everyone on here is serving. Kenny, serving gameplay. Crystal, oh, where do I even start on fucking Crystal, bruh? Then you got fucking Randy. Like, oh my god. This is such a fun season. I'm sorry. I cannot believe the only people to return from this season are Sugar and Randy. Like, the people here are crazy. Like, if I was Maddie, Maddie is legit the only normal person in a place of weirdos. Like, if I was him, I'd feel like I was going crazy. Everybody else here is not a normal person. But then it's like crazy because you have the most whack shit people ever, and the backdrop is like the beautiful forestry and plains of Gabon. Like there's legit an episode where the one guy's in confessional and an elephant just fucking starts walking through the background. Like that's so crazy. I miss when they used to have different locations, if you couldn't tell. Like, oh my god, an elephant? An elephant? That's fucking crazy. That's so beautiful. Um, let's talk about some of my favorite moments here. Um, a lot of this involved Randy. Sorry, but like Randy's impact, he was funny. I can't deny it. Um, so that's just about let me preface it by saying Crystal was in she had an Olympic medal going into the season, okay? She was like an Olympic athlete and she couldn't do fucking anything. Um, that's all that needs to be said there. But she got her medal taken away because they found out she was doping when she got it. Gag. But back to Randy. Oh, let's think of some of his best moments. There's a moment where during the team challenge, like the team phase of the game, they're having this challenge, and the goal is for people at the top of the hill to roll these balls down to the bottom, and there's people at the bottom that have these little blockers, and they like walk around, and someone directs them, where to move to block the other team's ball, but they're blindfolded. The people with the blockers are blindfolded, and so Randy is like the caller, so he's the person that's being like whoever's down there, say it's like Kenny, like, oh, like Kenny, go left, go left. And so they're down to the final point. And Randy is playing some fucking 4D chess master. He starts yelling at the guy on the other tribe to like stop. So he has like his team already scored their point. And then he like confuses the other guy so bad that he blocks his own ball. And then Randy's team wins. Oh, that shit is so funny, bro. Like Randy is such a little asshole, but I enjoyed it. Some other Randy moments. Oh, during the auction this season, there's a moment where Randy goes to buy some cookies and he finds out that he can give these cookies to the whole tribe. And so he's handing out the cookies, yeah, yeah, yeah. He gets the Sugar, and Sugar's like, no, I don't want your cookie. And he's like, are you sure? And she's like, yes. So he's like, okay, like, I'm gonna give yours to Randy. And then he still has his cookie that he saved for himself. And he's like, "Are you really sure you don't want a cookie, Sugar?" And she goes, "You know what? I'll have one." So she takes his cookie. Randy is cookieless. Maddie already has 2 cookies. You know what Sugar does? Gives her fucking cookie to Maddie. Oh my god. And Jeff was like, "And Sugar's giving her cookie to Maddie." And Randy goes, "You want to repeat that?" Oh, what a little trollop. Um, what else? In his vote out episode, Crystal goes to the voting booth and she writes down his name. When she writes his name down, she puts little devil horns around it, and she's in the voting booth. Which keep in mind, like it's like this is final tribal, and then you have to vote over here to like it's like a little distance, so people don't hear what you're saying unless you shout it. Which Crystal shouts it. She gets in that booth and she goes, shows up her little vote with Randy with little devil horns on it. She goes, "You have made my life hell from day one. Forget you. Go home. Goodbye." And everybody fucking heard her. Like everyone's sitting at that like the little tribal areas laughing. Jeff's fucking laughing, bruh. Oh, this shit was so funny. This season was so goofy. And then Bob randomly wins. The old guy of the season randomly sneaks his way to the end and wins. Oh, and I haven't even covered the Corinne of it all. Corinne throughout this season is hitting back some of the nastiest remarks ever. She's getting some good zingers in her confessionals. And then they get to the final tribal. And the final is Susie, who's this older lady that kind of didn't do much the whole time. Bob, an older guy that didn't really do much, but he won some immunities. And then Sugar, who actually kind of played the game, had an idol, was making moves, but everybody fucking hated her. And Corinne goes to this final tribal, and they used to be able to like ask questions or like ask people to do things. So she's talking to them and she's like, "Okay, Bob, can you say something mean about Sugar and Susie?" And he does. It takes him a bit of goading, and it's like what he says isn't really actually that mean compared to like what Corinne would say. But she accepts his answer. Then she goes to Susie, and she says, "Susie, for the $1,000,000, would you agree to get your vocal cords removed?" And obviously Susie is like dead as fuck. She's like, so like no. And then she gets to Sugar and like I like Sugar and Corinne. Like I'm kind of on both sides, but like she goes a little bit too far here because like she's talking about like the only thing I would vote to give you is a handful of antidepressants so you would stop crying all the time. So that maybe when you were crying about your dead dad, it would seem a little more genuine. Oh, holy shit, bruh. Um, kind of, it was gag. Like everyone sat there was like, but I mean, it's a Kerner spot on fans versus favorites too. But yeah, she's kind of crazy. But this season as a whole was crazy. Like I don't think we've ever seen less gameplay happen ever. Like this was unreal. They weren't doing anything. They would make camp, and then they would say like, okay, we think we're gonna vote out this person. And it was like 2 people gave me the whole season. Like it was legit like Kenny and Sugar, and that was it. Nobody else was playing the game. But it was so entertaining. It was this season almost made Jeff quit. But like, oh, that's why you know that me and Jeff are different. Because to me, this is such a good season. But to him, it's probably his like bottom 3 season. Nah, bad opinion. Season 8 or my 18th place is season 9, Vanuatu. This was the first season that they ever did the well, no, it wasn't. Sorry, this is like the second season they ever did the gender split. And this time, like the pre-merge, okay, like the girls are kind of up in numbers going into the merge. Mostly because the guys like they had this okay, so it was like an alliance on the guys team that was like the fat guys, and they were like piling up against like the jockey guys, like the more athletic ones. So then like they took them out because they were like, well, shit, like if we don't get them, they're gonna get us. But then like it did weaken their tribe, but it was whatever. They go into the merge, not super uneven numbers, I'll say. Like the guys are down, but like they could have made it work, but they don't. And the guys, the women, literally keep in mind, the women all fucking hate each other. They're fighting nonstop. Okay, everybody hates each other. Eliza hates Twyla. Uh, Twyla hates Amy. Like, oh my god, it was so bad. Everybody, no one got along. And but the women keep it together to get all of the men out long enough, except for this guy Chris. So it ends up being like Chris and these like 6 women. That's what like this final is. And Chris realizes like, yo, if I just sit back and keep my mouth shut, they're gonna like cannibalize each other first before they get me. And that's exactly what he does. They start turning on each other. They don't even like they're using Chris as a vote. Like they're being like, Chris, come help us blindside these 3. And then it's like, boom, they're picking each other off. Why is the final 2 Chris and Twyla? Chris fucking hangs back enough and becomes such a non-threat that he gets to the final fucking 2. And not final 2 nonetheless, with this chick Twyla. And everybody hated Twyla, bro. Like everyone hated Twyla. Um, Infamously at this final tribal, this one girl Eliza is doing her little final thing, and she's talking to them, and well, so first of all, she's um, like Twyla, I knew you were a deceptive lying bitch. Chris, I did not know you were a deceptive lying bitch too, which like so gaggy. But then she asks for an apology, and Chris does. He's like, "I'm sorry, like I was overly rude to you, like I was dismissive, whatever." And Twyla's crazy ass, because Chris set her up for this. Like before they went to the final tribal, Chris was like, "No, and like don't ever apologize for what you did. Like own your actions, like all this shit." Like Chris was setting Twyla up to feel bad. And then Twyla goes to respond to Eliza's question, and she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna apologize because I don't feel sorry." Saying that at a final tribal when you rely on this person's vote is so stupid. But whatever. It was early in the game. So sorry, but like I love women. Like I love women survivors, but Chris is my exception. That's so funny that he like used them against each other and just waited for them to pick each other off and then was like, let me take out the scraps. But I haven't even addressed mother of the season, Amy. Oh my god, Amy's so she's literally the original Ice Queen. Like she was getting shit done. Literally blindsiding her allies, not a tear in her eye. Not nothing. Not 1 ounce of sadness. Oh, she was so cunty. And she was like lesbian. And it's kind of fucked up because they had a loved one's visit and her wife or girlfriend at the time, I don't remember like what the status was her person. And like they showed them hugging, but they cut out their kiss. Which, like, damn, Survivor, come on, bro. At this point, you know, Richard Act was gay. Like, the first winner of your show ever was gay, and you're gonna cut out the lesbian kiss from the family visit? What? Boo. Yeah, but whatever. People forget about Vanuatu. I think this season also there's a randomly a fucking earthquake on this season that they catch on camera. Like everybody, like the earthquake happens when they're at like camp. What the fuck? Like this season is so random and good, and also like Jeff dated a contestant from this season, Julie. Like, please. Oh my god, this season is so infamous to me. And no one talks about it ever. But I love it. I don't care. It can be my underrated fave. Like, you guys don't need to know about it. In my 17th place, I have Millennials versus Gen X. Oh, this season, okay. So the winner of the season is this guy Adam, and like, okay, I guess I like Adam. He's okay. He's definitely a deserving winner. Definitely deserved his win. He just is a little bit annoying. But there's some like really good gameplay here. I think the whole like merge, you know, post merge arc of like David versus Adam is so fun. I think that the moments, like the genuine moments of friendship and emotion between Jay and Adam when they talk, you know, Adam's talking about like my mom has cancer and Jay's talking about the stuff that happened in his life and like that was impactful. They were sitting on that fucking hammock and I was like, damn, why am I tearing up? Like this shit is serious. Um, I just like it's such a good season. Like throughout, like even the pre-merge is good because like you have some shocking boots in the pre-merge. You have when you know Jay and Will randomly turn on Michaela, which too early of a decision was not the right move there at all. Because like she's you know planning out her moves with like little pieces of stone, and they're like, oh, this Michaela chick, she's just too smart. Like, we gotta get her out. But it was so premature. It was ridiculous. But I just think this was such a fun season. And I think it was emotionally impactful and the winner was satisfying. Even though I kind of wanted David to win more than Adam. Because David was giving Suri 2.0 because he was like afraid of everything outside. He was like, I don't like being outside. And I was like, You're literally me, David. Like that's so real. Um, but like, it was pretty good. I just think that like it was such a well-rounded season, and like every episode I liked. Like I remember I watched it live and I was tuned in. Like I was sat on that couch. Like Wednesday night, I was there. I was ready to go. And yeah, like Adam's a good winner. Even though I didn't really like watching him on Winners at War, he was good on this season. Um, Number 16. Uh, this probably could be higher, but for the sake of I'm not in love with the winner, it had to be here. But oh my fucking god, do I love this season? Oh, Philippines. Okay, I would credit a majority of my love for this season to Jonathan Penner. I think he's literally my second favorite player ever, if I'm gonna be honest. Does that mean best player? No, but does it mean favorite? Yes. Penner is such a good narrator. Any season he's on is infinitely boosted by the fact that he's on it and he's the one doing confessionals and narrating how the events are happening. He's so fucking entertaining. He has so many moments. Like, let me just say, like the theme of this season was that three people that had been medevaced come back to be like the coaches of three tribes. Um, and I think that it's so funny that that blue tribe, Matt Singh, was like cursed, and they just literally went to every single tribal, and they just were like, okay, Denise, you go to one tribe, and Malcolm, you go to the other. I think that was so funny. I think Penner on that initial red team is so fucking funny. The fact that he finds that idol, that's my goat. Um, the other people there are so ridiculous. When the one kid, I think his name is Carter, is talking to Penner, and he's talking about the vote tonight, and like Penner was constantly like, they did not want him on that red tribe, like they wanted him gone, Loki, but they didn't. They kept winning immunity, so they didn't have to go. But so like the kid Carter is talking to Penner, and he's like, "So who do you think tonight?" Like I don't remember what the chick's name was, but like Abby or Penner, and Penner being a fucking jackass goes, "Oh, so I think Abby," but like, oh my, and the dude didn't even notice. He was talking to Penner saying, "Should we vote out Penner tonight?" Like, oh my god. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. And then the yellow tribe, like, yeah, evil Mike Scoopin is there who fell in the fire, but you don't even have to acknowledge him because the people on this team are so infamous to me. RC and Abby's feud, hilarious. Um, Artis, hilarious. Lisa, hilarious. The fucking guy I can't remember the name of that was Abby's little sneaky duo, hilarious. This whole yellow team, take out Scoopin. This thing is probably my third favorite tribe of all time. Everybody on here is so entertaining. And like, yeah, Lisa's a crybaby, but it's kind of funny because she has such an inflated sense of self. She's like, and I'm so nervous they're gonna recognize me from my stint on a TV show that nobody under the age of 50 knows about. Like, oh, brother. Oh, just so ridiculous, but so entertaining. And then you have so many good moments this season. You have the RC and Abby, they find the immunity clue together, but then they don't find the idol. Oh, Peter was his name. Because then, yeah, because then Peter hides it, like he takes it out of where they hid it and he puts it in RC's bag. And then he tells Abby, we should go through RC's bag. And then he literally splits them up because Abby gets so mad. She's like, why did you take the idol clue after, I told you like we were going to do it together? Literally genius, underrated move. Um, you have like you have Abby and Penner both have infamous immunity wins where Abby wins it when she needs it. Penner wins it when he needs it. He does his little hat throw, little so sassy, so fun. Um, you have some an iconic voting confessional where Penner goes to vote and he votes for Denise and he yells it out loud. Like Denise hears him in the tribal section in the little tribal council. He just goes, Denise. Oh, so infamous, bro. I love you. Um, you have like Abby, like she was cutting a coconut one time, and it hit against a tree and it came off the knife and it hit Scoopin in the head. Yeah, that's my queen right there. There's just so many good moments this season. And then to top it all off, you have Jeff Kent's final words where he's like, okay, I guess he's like a baseball player. I wouldn't know this because I don't watch baseball, but he's like in his little final confessional ever. And he's like, and I won millions of dollars playing baseball, but I wanted that damn 1 million. And it's not even, it's only 600,000 by the time Obama gets to it. Like, oh my God, bro, this shit is so infamous to me. I'm sorry. Like, this season is just something every episode. Even early episodes, those where like the Matt Sing, that blue tribe is getting picked off, and Jeff's like asking them, like, they're down to like 4 people, and he's like, if you could have anything, what would you want right now? And the one chick goes, maybe that we could have cookies. Your tribe is losing all its members and you want fucking cookies? Oh, such a great season. This is like one of the ones I would recommend people watch if they just want to have like a good run all the way through. Maybe not like epic level game moves or anything, but a great run. It's so good. Um 15, Cook Islands. Guess who's also on this season? Penner. I know, guys. Sorry. He's in like all of his seasons are in my top 20. Like, talk about impact, bro. He's just that good. Even though he gets I know I'd say he gets booted around the same place in both of these, like mid merge ish. Um, but so this season, um, when I say this is maybe the most controversial theme they've ever done, I mean that bar none. Like, that is the fact. They decided that the initial starting tribes, it would be split into 4 tribes based off of race. Yeah, so there's a white tribe, a black tribe, a Latino tribe, and an Asian tribe. What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, this season gave us a lot of people that return that are really iconic, so I can't be that mad. And I think that like in doing this craziness, they are increasing the diversity of the season, so like it is a pro overall, but like that's literally insane to play Survivor Race War. Is crazy. Like, what? What the fuck? Um but this season is so good, and that sounds so stupid, but it's so good. Like early on, okay, so like after like 3 episodes, they merge into 2 tribes with like a mix of the people. But before they do that, there's one time where the black tribe has to go to tribal council. And so when they're at camp discussing who they want to leave, well, this one lady is just talking about, oh, I wish I had some mac and cheese. Like, I love mac and cheese. I miss my mac and cheese from home. And they literally use her saying she misses mac and cheese. They're like, well, she thinking of home, so she gotta go because she don't want to be here. Because she said she missed mac and cheese or some shit like that. Like, oh my god, that shit is so funny. There's also a tribal in this early section, with the Latino tribe, and this is actually Ozzy's first season. Um, and they vote out this lady who was a police officer, and she got shot in the line of duty, and like she told them this story about how she got shot, and why on someone's voting parchment when they wrote her name down they put a gun, like shooting a bullet. What the fuck? So silly. So, oh my god. Um, but so then the tribes merge, and then a couple more people get picked off, and then Jeff, they go to the challenge. He prompts them, "Does anybody want to mutiny to another tribe?" So then this one chick, Candace, immediately mutinies because her little showman's guy was on the other tribe. So she was like, "Bitch, like fuck this, I'm back over to him." And then Penner, I don't even know why he did this. Really, he was just feeling indecisive. He steps off the mat and he goes to the other tribe. And so then the other tribe, it's like, oh god, maybe like a 7 or an 8 versus 4. There's 4 people on a tribe and they're going against a team of 8. But you gotta know the 4 people on this tribe are so good, bruh. Are so good. You got Ozzy and Yul. You don't even need anybody else. But then you also have Becky and Sundra. Like, damn, bro. They were set. They were literally killing these fucking challenges. Like, I mean, this little I24, this little, mini group, like, they keep winning challenges to the point where it's like 4-6. And then the other tribe has to do a double. Like, it's like, oh, whoever goes to tribal tonight is gonna have a double elimination. But, like, obviously, because production knew that, like,
Ozzy's little squad was gonna win, and they did. And then now it's 4-4, and then they merge, and like, oh my god, bro. When I say at this merge, I think Ozzy wins every single immunity challenge. Like, I'm not kidding. Um, I cannot begin to emphasize the extent to which Ozzy is in his prime challenge beast era this season. He is winning these challenges single handedly. He is wrecking these people. It's ridiculous. And then on the like strategic aspect, Yul is leagues ahead of everybody else. During the strategy, like he realizes that it's like Yul has the idol because at this point they had like a Extinction Island you would go to, and then you could like have an idol clues there and find the idol. So Yul found the idol, and he leverages the fact that he has the idol to Penner, and he says at this merge tribal of like 4 versus 4, Penner, if you flip back with us, like he made some deal or something. So then Penner does flip back, and then they go on to take out the rest of the other tribe. Like when I tell you, the only person on this other tribe that is relevant besides Penner is Parvati, because this is Parvati's first season. Queen appearance. If you've ever seen the gif of her where she's on the boat, she goes, "It's from this. It's from this season." Um, and like from then on, like they just steamroll to the end, and that's the final five. And then they at the final, final five, Penner goes. Final four, Yul votes for I think Jenny, and then uh Ozzy votes for Sundra. So then they do fire making. Um, this is the most embarrassing showing of fire making ever. Neither one of these women could start the fucking fire. Like even with the flint, even with the matches, like oh, it was so bad. But eventually, Sundra like loses, and then Jenny moves on. And then the final three is Jenny, Ozzy, and Yul. And by a 5-4 vote, Yul wins. Like it's really close. But I think Yul deserves to win over Ozzy. Like I do really love Ozzy's game this time around. He's really entertaining, and I do appreciate his like literally eliteness at winning these fucking immunities. But I do think what Yul was doing with like his leveraging of votes and his leveraging of his idol and stuff was just more impressive. So I was glad he won. But I also just remembered I forgot to mention the best moment of this season. There's a moment in maybe like the first or second tribal. Um, there's this guy, and he's on like the Latino tribe, and so they're at their final tribal, and Jeff's talking about like, so who do you think is going tonight? And the one guy says like, well, if it's me, I don't really care if I go tonight because I found love on this island. Jeff was like, what? Like, what do you mean you found love on this island? Like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, Candace. And Jeff goes, Candace from Raro tribe? And he meant that shit full. Like he literally thought like they were in love. Cause like when they lost the challenge, like Candace was like, "We love you," as in like, we're sorry you're going to tribal. Like my tribe loves you. Like trying to be positive. And he thought she said, "I love you." Oh, but it was so silly. It was some good fun. That was like such a good season. Such a happy season despite the circumstances that brought it together. And the winner is so good. Yul is so good. Oh my god, bro. Hot and smart. Like please. All right. In 13th place is Samoa, which you guys might think I'm about to be on here and say, "Oh, Russell this, Russell that." Fuck Russell, bro. I do not want to talk about that motherfucker unless I have to. I think he is so fucking annoying and big-headed and has literally an ego the size of fucking Jupiter. He's ridiculous. I hate him. I do love Natalie. And I think that Natalie deserved the win on this season. I will hear nothing of it. I think it's criminal that she gets so few confessionals compared to Russell. And I think this season is really good though. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I think the fact that their team literally like that yellow tribe for okay, Foa. I remember their name. They literally just go back to back to back tribals until they're down to 4 people. And then now it's what? I think 4 versus 8 or 7 against the fucking purple tribe when they swap. And then the first one, I'm giving Natalie the credit on the first one. I think it's fully Natalie that flips those women. She gets them to flip on their little purple tribe mate Eric. She's the one that does that. Full stop. I think she gets full credit for that. Um, and then what? The next two tribals, Russell has a fucking idol somehow because Russell is Russell or whatever the fuck. Okay, he sucks. I hate Russell. So I think that yeah, I think he has like two moments where he plays the idol, but one time he plays the idol, he didn't even fucking need it. Loser. And then I do think it's impressive the way that him and Natalie are able to flip people on that purple tribe to vote with them or to be with them in alliance full time. Like I think flipping Shambo is crazy work. I think even when they flipped the uh one guy that was Parvati's ex husband that I don't remember his name, was also pretty impressive. But eventually they get it down to the point where it's three of them, Natalie, Jason, and Russell versus Brett. And Brett is so nothing burger. I feel so bad. He's probably a nice person and like fun or whatever outside the show, but his edit he gets is literally not an edit at all. It's just the fact that he happens to be in the episodes and like once every 2 episodes he gets a confessional being like, "Oh, I hate Russell." Like he's such a non-presence that I immediately knew he wasn't gonna win. So then they get him out. Oh, actually, it wasn't Jason, it was Mick. Sorry, but oh my god, guys, when I say this is maybe my favorite final tribal ever, I mean that. And I'm sorry, it's so entertaining. It's entertaining when Shambo goes up there and she calls Mick feckless, and he just goes feckless. Like Shambo is funny, and I know she votes for Russell, but whatever. And then we have probably my third favorite final tribal speech of all time. Eric goes up there and goes to bat for Natalie. Keep in mind, Natalie is like literally the one who orchestrated his blindside. He just don't even. I don't know if he just knows that and forgave it because Russell is such an asshole or what. But he goes up there and he defends Natalie to everybody, talking about the reality of the situation is she's sitting there and we're all sitting here. Oh, like Nick, you're maybe I don't even know what you're like in real life. I don't even know you weren't even featured in the episodes that heavily, but you won me over in that moment when you stood up there and you just went to bat for her. Okay, I fuck with Natalie White so heavy. Like you want to get me going? How about some Natalie White versus Russell Hantz, bro? And I'm ready to go. It's like Natalie, you can discredit her game all you want, but I don't care because that's not what I believe. I think she's a great winner. I think her ability to, I mean, people make fun of her, like where she rode Russell's coattails. That's a valid strategy. That's a valid fucking strategy to find, you know, the biggest weapon, the biggest, scariest person out there, and just hang on for the ride. And she fucking did that. And then at the very last moment, she sat there and reiterated to them, "Oh, well, I was making moves. Oh, but when I made moves against you guys, I did it with kindness and generosity, which is not what Russell did." Oh, she is so wonderful. And that's all I'm going to say on that season because I refuse to talk about Russell any more than I have to because I hate him. In 13th spot, I have Ko Wrong, which people also probably will hate me for because people don't like Michelle as a winner, but also I like Michelle. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm kind of a defender of women. Okay? Sorry. I think this season is good. I think you have Sydney, you have Michelle, you have Ty, you have Aubrey, and okay, for me, this is still Aubrey's peak. Okay, when she comes back on Game Changers, it's not so good. When she comes back on Edge of Extinction, really not so good. So I don't know how she's gonna do on 50, but if she pulls out a performance like this again, I would be happy to have her. Um, and I think it's disgusting. Okay, the two guys, Jason and Scott, I think were their names, and they were the two guys on because this was like a Brains versus Braun versus Beauty situation, and they're on the Braun tribe, and whatever, they're kind of assholes to everybody on the Braun tribe. That's already bad enough, and then they do some tribe swap, tribe merging, and then when you get to the merge, they're so fucking rude. Like Jason and Scott are so mean. they like take the machete and they hide it and they hide the stuff. And then there was like a special idol this season where it was like a 3-part super idol. So you could like play it after the vote. So like if you would have got voted out, you could be like, nah, like look at me go. And so like Jason and Scott had 2/3 of it, and then Ty had the other third. So the whole beginning of like the merge is those two trying to convince Ty like you need to work with us. But Ty is kind of fucking with working, with like Sydney and Aubrey. He's like, well, I kind of like these two better. So then there's this tribal where like, you know, Jason and Scott really think Ty's gonna do this third part of the idol with them. And like he doesn't do it. Like he holds firm. He's like, no, um, and like they get so mad. I was okay scared for Ty in that moment. I was like, bro. But once they leave, it's kind of good. I kind of was fucking with it, and I fuck with Michelle heavy. People like do not understand that like her social game was so peak. Like I get that like Aubrey was making the strategic decisions, and like I get that like that's like she earned some votes. That's fair. But I think that the fact that like Michelle was just so close to everyone on that jury, and then the guy, because she had the ability to like vote someone off the jury, and she voted off this guy Neil, and when she voted him off, he like did this little speech at her, being basically like, "I hate you," but like she clocked it. She clocked that that wasn't an ally for her on the jury, so she took him off. Like, sorry, she's so good, and then everybody else on the jury, had mostly positive opinions about her, hence why she wins. Infamous. Um, I also love her little her infamous final immunity win with that one puzzle where it's like the rings and then you stack them and she kicks it over. She's done it twice because she did it here and on Winners at War. Sorry, Michelle, you're kind of goat to me. You're so cutesy and fun. I also will say there's a confessional from Aubrey this season that I also quote a lot, where she's talking about this one girl, Julia, who was kind of trying to play both sides of the tribe. And Aubrey was tired of it because Julia was trying to be like, oh, I'm with Scott and Jason, but I'm also with you and Sydney. And she was like, nah, like, we're not playing this. And so she was like, in her confessional, she was like, sorry, Julia, but sometimes the person in the middle of the road gets run over. Like, sorry, that ate down so bad. That's so silly. In my 12th spot, I have the Amazon. This is the first season they do the gender split, the guy girl split. And I think it's the best of the three showings. Um, for one, again, with the winner that people don't like but I like. I love Jenna. Jenna. I'm a supporter. I think this is like such a funny group of people. So the guys tribe has some really wacky people, and like a lot of them are being low-key misogynistic, but then they lose the first challenge, and then that's like enough to take them down a peg. But this season is the introduction of the one, the only Rob Sesternino. Oh my god. Probably my favorite survivor, my second favorite survivor male player ever. Yeah, yeah. Like this is so infamous to me. So important. I love him, bro. I love him, bro. Like the fact that he's on this season is bringing it like 30 places up. Not really. It's a pretty good season otherwise. Um, and then you have Heidi and Jenna, and they're so entertaining. Like they're so good. They're so cute. I love that they let them do like double confessionals where they'd both sit in the confessional. Is so cute. Um, there's some really funny moments this season. In the girls' tribe, like at the original, there's like a candy wrapper bar, and it's like in with their stuff that they get to like just like the stuff that's supplied to them by production. And to this day, people don't know if someone snuck in this granola bar wrap, granola bar and that was the wrapper. They don't know if someone on production was eating it and it got in there or what. But there's this fucking wrapper, and this wrapper caused so much drama because everybody was accusing each other of like, you're the one that snuck in the food, you're the one that snuck it in, nah, 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 nah. Like, that's so funny, bro. I'm sorry. Um, what are some other funny moments? Oh my god, there's this they did this like standing challenge where you just stand over the water, and then like Jeff will like give you like some food temptations or like a letter from home or something. And Heidi and Jenna agree. They say we'll strip naked for chocolate and peanut butter. And they do. Jeff brings out chocolate and peanut butter, and Heidi and Jenna get naked. Oh, so goofy, bruh. And like, all right, brother, that's just silly. And then there's this guy Matt, and Matt is actually like the uh final two with Jenna. He's her like her partner in there, and Matt is literally so funny. Like Matt, the whole game was just weird as shit. Like he wasn't. He really had like no win equity. Like he wasn't gonna win. The only reason he got votes was because people didn't want to vote for Jenna. Um, but like, oh my god, was Matt weird. Like, there's a scene in the first couple episodes where they have a machete and he's like sharpening the machete, but like the tribe would be having like a little like kumbaya circle where they would talk about stuff, and then it would like the camera would like cut to Matt and he's dead silent, just sharpening the machete, staring at people. It's so unnerving. And then they did like a eating challenge, and there was like you had to eat a scorpion, and Matt just swallowed it whole. And then Jeff was like, "Oh my god, Matt, did you just swallow that scorpion whole?" And he was like, "Yes." And then he goes, "I can feel it." And he like mimicked it like walking down his like stomach. Oh my god, it was so gross. Um so yeah, and I mean like the final 3 here is just like it was going to be a good season. Like Rob, Matt and Jenna, so good. Jenna's random immunity streak to the end. Oh, that's so entertaining. It's just such a good season. I'm sorry. Like this is also one of the OG ones that I recommend to people cuz Rob is kind of doing some good gameplay. Like he's jumping around from alliances. Like he doesn't really have loyalty. He doesn't care about loyalty. He needs to work with Dina one day. Cool. He's working with her. He's with Jenna the next day. He doesn't care. Oh, he was so real for that. It was so entertaining. Um just outside my top 10 in 11th place is David versus Goliath. Oh, this season, bro. I watch this shit live. I rewatch this one probably once a year. It's just that good. Um, on a different day, this could be my maybe in my like top 5. Like it just today, it just wasn't ranked as high. But oh my god, is this a good season? I fucking love this season. Um, what could I say? Every person I can't even name the cast because like everyone on the cast is iconic. Literally every single person I could name a fun moment. I mean, we have in an you know at the early pre-merge, you have the one where Alec votes out that one chick Natalia, and she goes, "Did you do that?" He just her goes like, and she's so mad at him. She's literally walking off swearing. She's so pissed off at him. You have the infamous. Can I have your jacket, Natalie? Can I have your jacket? Angelina, literally my queen ever. I'm so glad she'll be back. And then like I mean like the pre-merge is good, but when I say the merge fucking takes off, it's literally crazy. The merge, I can't even describe it. It's so fucking good. Like every single merge boot episode is entertaining. Like, oh my gosh. Just so good. And like, yeah, there's like a lot of advantages in the merge, but like I don't mind them. Like you get some really good moments. Like you get the one blindside where it was John and then the other guy and Christian, and they were in this like little bro alliance on their old pre-merge tribe. And then at the merge, they're all talking about, oh, it's gonna be a brochacho blindside. Like someone in our little trio is gonna get blindsided because they're talking about us two are gonna blindside Christian. And Christian's like, nah, hit you with that reverse. He blindsides the fuck out of John. Oh, but John took it like a champ, and he was like, nah, like good one, bro. Like, oh, it's just such a good episode. And then you have when Carl brings out that idol, or maybe it was idol nullifier. He goes, bing, too good. Everything with Davey is too good. Christian and Gabby are such a funny duo when they're talking and they're talking and they're out on the beach and she's like, "Do you even want to play with me?" And Christian goes, "In the sand?" And she was like, "No, in the game." Oh, they're so funny. And then okay, the only downside here is the winner. Nick is boof as fuck. I hate Nick. Angelina should have won. Mike White should have won. I don't even care that he already had hella money. He should have won. Mike is so fucking funny. I don't even know. Mike literally accidentally skates away to the end. Like Mike was like literally drunk half the game. He got taken on like hella rewards, and then he ended up in the final three on accident. And then now he's accidentally also on season 50. Bro, get back to writing, but whatever. Oh my god. Excellent season. This is like if I need to show people a season to show them how like the new era game is played, like how it's kind of like quicker and there's more advantages and stuff, I'll definitely show them this season. Cause just oh my god, like it's the blueprint. It's too good. It's too good.
Okay, final 10, top 10. Oh my god. Okay, I know there's so many seasons of this show, but when you a boss, like you watch all of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, number 10 on my list is Blood versus Water, season 27. Um, so this part of the list, we'll see the introduction of my favorite male player ever, Tyson. Okay, technically he was on Winners at War, but I didn't mention him because it's like disappointing. Oh my god, this he wins this season. That's why he's on Winners at War. Oh, this is best friend, bro. This is like, oh my god, like I want to be him. Like I am, like oh my god, bro. He gave me gender envy. Like, um, so this season actually has a really interesting theme where it was like a tribe of returning players and then they were playing against a tribe of their loved ones. So it was like Tyson, the winner of the season, has his wife. Some of the people have their like their kids or their like nieces and whatever. And then they also had the Redemption Island. So it was like when they got voted out, they would wait and then they would do like the battle to see who continued on. This has such good returnees on it. Loki, like okay, Tyson, Jervis, Tina, kind of stacked. There's some really funny moments here. So I would say the first moment that's like really stuck in my mind was Jervis's niece Marissa gets voted out, and she was on the loved ones tribe, and she was with this guy Brad Culpepper, who is Monica. Like Monica was his returning player, but he's a football player on his own. And then he got invited back for Game Changers, whatever. I mean, Brad's actually kind of chill, but he was annoying me this season. He was not chill this season. And so like everybody on the Loved Ones tribe kept talking about like they would go to the redemption and they'd be like, "Oh, Brad, like Brad's the one that did it." And Monica gets there, she walks out there, um, and Jeff is like, "Is there anything you want to say?" And she's like, "Yeah, fuck you, Brad Culpepper." And then Jervis makes her apologize, but like, nah, Marissa, nah, I was on your side, bro. You should not have had to apologize. Because so then like Marissa gets eliminated, but then like the next time, they come back the 3 days later after the next tribal, and this time Candace is walking in, doing a middle finger the whole way walking through to Brad. Everybody is anti-Brad. And I think I have to rectify the belief that Candace is the one that says fuck you, Brad Culpepper. She just flips him off. Marissa is the one that says it. But this is still such an infamous moment. People got so mad at Marissa, but I understood you, Queen. Okay. Um, Also this season, they bring Colton back, which, if you think back a little bit, he was the one that I was talking about with Survivor One World, where he was evil and gay and faked having appendicitis and quit that way. They bring him back, God knows why, and he quits again. And Jeff gets so mad at him. But like Jeff, this is your own damn fault, bro. You casted him. But whatever. And he's like, once a quitter, always a quitter. But I don't know. Colton was just annoying this season. Was not serving. Um, Throughout the pre-merge and then the merge, because Tyson and Jervis never gets separated. Like they're on the same tribe the whole time. Um, they have this little thing they like to do. They call themselves the Coconut Bandits because they will go to this little alley where all the coconuts are, and when everybody else is out in the ocean or out getting wood or out doing stuff for the camp, they'll sneak off to the little coconut alley and pop open two coconuts and drink them without permission of the rest of the tribe, which is like a survivor faux pas, is like you're supposed to like share your food. And Tyson and Jervis don't. And they end up drinking so many that eventually people start picking up the empty ones that they have, and they're like,
oh my god, this is so weird. Like, how is this one empty? Like, damn, like what animal like perfectly drilled this hole into it? And like the whole time it was Tyson and Jervis. Oh, so funny. Um, there's another funny moment where during the eating challenge, because they do these like gross food challenges, which I've been talking about. Um, they have to like eat this like little grub, and so in Jervis's first season, Borneo, he couldn't do it, and then he goes to do it again now, and he still can't do it. And like the whole tribe is depending on him. They're like, "Bruh, eat the fucking grub, like eat it, like just like swallow it whole. Like you don't want to take a bite," and he won't do it, and he can't do it, and he doesn't. Um, as you can predict, Tyson and Jervis get to the end together, but there's some really good moments too because then on that was like all on the like the returning people's team. But then on the loved ones team is actually Hayden, who won Big Brother 12 because at this time him and Kat were dating, and so throughout the pre-merge, like a couple of them get picked off. Like it was kind of even, but there was definitely some more OG players left than there were loved ones. Um, but so they get to there's this infamous. Okay, well there's two. So there's an initial tribal during the merge where Hayden and Tyson didn't get along. And uh Hayden said something about ruffle feathers. And then Tyson was like, "What do you mean, like Russell? Like that's not like you can't say Russell feathers." And he was like, "RUSTLE Russell." And then Tyson was like, "What's ruffle?" Like I don't know. They were so stupid. They got this dumb little fight, but it was like they both were like making face at each other, and then Jeff started laughing. Like, oh, it was so silly. Um, and then there's this infamous tribal though, where it's down to, like Tyson has his people and Hayden has his people, and it's like a split vote, and like no one's budging, like no one will change their vote, like it's 4-4, no one's moving. They go to rocks, and then like by the luck of his teeth, Tyson doesn't get the wrong color, and Tina's daughter goes home instead actually. But then I don't know if it was a tribal before or after this. There's a moment where this there's Laura, who was originally on Samoa, and her daughter Sierra. And you heard that name Sierra, you already know where this is going. This is Jeff's favorite moment ever. And Sierra votes out her mom. But like it's not that sound makes it sound so gaggy and like, oh my god, she voted out her mom. It's not that crazy. Cause like she told her mom beforehand, like, hey, I'm gonna vote you out. And the mom was like, I give you my blessing type shit. Like, that's not so fun. That's kind of lame. But anyway, Tyson wins this season, so it literally that makes me happy. Like that is like boosting it so much because I just love Tyson. Such a fun, entertaining winner. Like, sorry. This is also gonna get me jumped putting Kagayan this low, but I do really love this season. Okay, Kagayan in my ninth place is a really respectable position for it to be. Okay, I'm sorry. Again, I was saying this earlier with Winners at War because that's the other season that Tony won. Tony also wins Kagayan. Tony is like it's like episode by episode if I like him or I hate him because he really pisses me off sometimes. But other times I'm like, oh my god, like he just ate that or whatever. This season is also like a brains versus brawn versus beauty split, and the brains tribe, the original brains tribe, is so abysmal. Like, let me give you a rundown. So you have like Spencer and Tasha and Cass, who are trying to win challenges, trying to do stuff at camp. And then you have this guy Garrett, who thinks he's the leader of the tribe, and he's being like, "Well, we're gonna vote out Jatia tonight, and you guys better listen to me." And then obviously Tasha and Cass are like, "The fuck? Like, who are you?" So then they actually side with Jatia and they vote Garrett out. And then you have Jatia, and like, guys, Jatia literally, because she thinks she's getting voted out, that tribal that I just mentioned with Garrett, she takes all of their rice and she dumps it in the fire, so they have no food left. What the fuck? So she does that, which was crazy. But then what's even crazier is that, as I just mentioned, Tasha and Cass flip the vote to save her. But then they vote her out the next tribal anyway. But whatever. So by the time the merge happens, the only three brains left are, Spencer, Tasha, and Cass. The Beauty tribe, the only person I can name from that tribe is the one girl Morgan, because she she's not conceited. She would always start her confessionals with "I'm not conceited, but," or "I don't mean to brag, but." But she was fun. Morgan was funny. And then the Braun tribe is, you had Sarah and Tony are like the big players that get to the merge from that tribe. Um, and at first, because they're both like police officers outside, so they're like cops outside the game, so they bond over that at first. And then they get to the merge, and like, in the pre-merge there was a tribe swap, so people had like met each other and stuff. And then at the merge, it's this like really big vote, and it's okay. Like, Sarah had been on this tribe with Cass and Spencer and stuff, and so everybody assumed that Cass was gonna vote with them, but Cass was like, "That's not like that's I don't need to do that if I don't want to." So then she talks to Tony, and Tony's like, "Well, because Sarah was like, vote out this guy," and she was like, "Why don't we want to vote him out? Like, he could be a number for me." And then Tony's like, "Well, my side is gonna vote out Sarah." And Cass was like, maybe I'll vote out Sarah. So then now Cass is the swing vote at this first vote of the merge tribe. Um, and they do the whole lead up in the voting, and then boom, Cass voted out Sarah. Oh, this had people fucking pissed. So Tony's up there hooting and hollering, clapping. He's so glad Sarah's leaving, who was just his ally at the beginning of the game, which is why it's so funny. And then Spencer is so mad at Cass. He's talking about Cass, 0% chance of winning this game. He was so pissed off. I love Cass, guys. Cass is my favorite person on this whole season, if you couldn't tell. Um, so then like there's some other tribals, like Cass will not choose a side. She keeps flipping because she doesn't give a shit. She was doing whatever's best for her game. She doesn't care. Um, and then Spencer wins some challenges, Tasha wins some challenges, kind of impressive. Spencer like was kind of, I would say, like the favorite guy of this era. Everybody loves Spencer because he was this little chess master, little smarty pants, but he was kind of like snarky and funny in the confessionals. Um, but it was kind of like him and Tasha, like they were like each other's locked in, and then like they kind of did what else they needed to do to get other people out. And then Tony, his little number one was this guy named Wu. So then it gets down to these final couple episodes, and it's down to the final four. Spencer loses the final immunity because at this final immunity, Cass is lagging behind it. Everybody's making fun of Cass, laughing at her that she's not at the puzzle, like the ending puzzle yet. Then she goes to the puzzle, whoops ass at the puzzle, beats them all. Now she's in the final three. Oh, everybody was pissed as fuck. So then Spencer gets voted out. But then we get down to the final three. Out of nowhere, Wu wins the final immunity. And so you're thinking, okay, well, Tony's made a lot of big moves throughout this season. He played some idols. Like, no way Wu would ever take Tony to the finals, right? No, he takes Tony. Um, Literally gets decimated at this final tribal. Um, so does Tony for that matter, though. I mean, people make fun of Wu quite a bit at this final, being like, "What are you doing? Like, why would you take Tony?" Spencer tries to reheat Eric's nachos with Natalie with Tony, but it's like Tony doesn't need you defending him, bro. Like Tony was probably gonna win no matter what people said at this final tribal. But um, oh my god, Tony's one ally. Oh my god, why can't I think of her name? Oh, sorry, I can't think of her name. You guys know who I'm talking about if you've watched the season. Like it was like his number one ally, Trish. Um, and she has this like final tribal speech, and she's kind of mad at Tony because Tony had like really promised her stuff in this game, and then he like backstabbed her and voted her out. And she goes to Tony and she says, like person to person, heart to heart, like you swore on your child's life to me that you wouldn't like vote me out. Then this, um, like person to person, is it worth it for $1 million that you went back on that promise? And like he tries to work around it for a little bit, and then she's like, yes or no, and he just goes, yes. Oh, it was like gay because it was like the whole tribal up to that point was a little bit silly, like kind of lighthearted, and then Trish went up there and it was serious. But like, oh my god, it's probably like also up in my top final tribal moments. And she has this like, oh, this like wonderful accent. She's like heart to heart, like person to person. Oh, she's too good. I love Trish. Sorry, I think Kagehan is just such a good one, but I just don't like Tony as much as everybody else, which is why it's kind of lower. Um, Tolkien. This could also probably be in my top five depending on the day. It just is down here for today because I just think it needs to be here, I guess. But this is Tyson's other season. But this season, let me tell you this stellar group of people who are about to come up later because a lot of them are in these next few seasons. So Tyson's here, Coach is here, JT's here, Taj is here. Taj doesn't come back, but Taj, I gotta mention her because I gotta talk about her in this section, bruh. Steven's here. Like, oh my god, this tribe of people. Because for once, both tribes are entertaining. Usually in the pre-merge, one tribe is more entertaining than the other. Like when I talk about Panama, you'll see the one tribe. I don't even know anybody's name on it. But this one, oh my god, it was such a good split. Because on the like black tribe, like the black color one, they had black buff, and the other one was red. There's like there's this like beef. So there's like Tyson and Coach versus this chick Sierra. They really hate Sierra. Um, I guess there was like some drama maybe that didn't make the cut. I don't know, but I mean, sorry to Sierra, but I didn't really care because I thought Tyson and Coach were funny, so I was kind of laughing when they made fun of her. That's mean to say. But then on the Red Tribe, you had JT, Steven, and Taj, who were also really entertaining. So for the whole pre-merge, I was kind of sad. It didn't matter who won or who lost because I was like, well, damn, both these tribes are good. And then they merge. In the merge, okay. So let me go over a couple. I mean, like, there's like a couple cute moments in the pre-merge. There's like in the first couple episodes you start to really see Tyson's personality. In the first episode, like they always kind of do these moments where they like interview the people and they're like, "So, what did you think of the guy sitting next to you with the blonde guy?" And then someone's like, "Oh, I thought whatever." And so when this one chick, Erin, she's like, "Yeah, and I thought that guy with the blonde hair, like meaning Tyson, like I think he seems pretty cool." And the same way like Sierra kind of said the same thing. And then he's talking about, and I'm looking over at that blonde chick, and she looks sickly because Sierra was like sick as they made the journey, on the little car to their like destination. Oh, it was so goofy. And then there's another moment where Tyson, he was just doing a bunch of goofy shit all around camp, and he would like be in his confessionals talking about like I believe in magic, like just nonsense, but it was cute. Um, And then on the Red Tribe, like Steven and JT are so cute, bro. Like this is like Steven's like from New York, like super city life, like has never like really done any of this outside stuff. Like he's not outdoorsy, not nothing. And then JT is like super outdoorsy. Like he's like a farm boy, like he's from the country. Like, oh my god, it was like such a silly duo. And then Taj is there and like Tasha's like a like famous like outside the show. Like she was like a member of like a girl group that had like a couple hit records. Like I don't know her, sorry. But like people knew her outside the show. Like she was so funny. It was like crazy that she was even on there. People were like, "Tasha, what are you doing out here?" She was like, I just wanted an adventure." Um, but so once we hit the merge is where shit really goes crazy because there's like a bunch of debate between like who should we vote out, and then it's like they're kind of worrying like the Tyson and Coach versus the JT and Steven. um, and Tyson wins immunity twice in a row, but then the second he loses it, they were like, Tyson, you're out, bruh. But they kind of like Coach slide because Coach is embarrassing, and Coach has no other allies but Tyson, really. Like he thinks he's allies with JT, but like JT always gonna choose Steven. Um, but there's this one time where Coach gets picked to go to exile, and exile for this season was like you just went to like these little like desert mounds and it was just all sand, and they do this crazy montage for Coach because like I can't even begin to tell you this whole season Coach has been doing his coachisms where he has all of his crazy stories, and he'll be like, yeah, one time I got lost in the Amazon rainforest, and I was by the Nile River, and I was this, that, and the other, and the indigenous tribe was gonna kill me, but then I escaped. Oh my god, like please. He says this shit dead serious, straight face. Like he believes what he's saying. Um and so yeah, like he's on this like exile and he's doing this voiceover and he's like, and I will rise above and iron sharpens iron. And like they're doing these like montage moments of like the nature of Brazil. Like, oh my god, it was so funny. Then there's another moment where at the auction, Taj wins this little one and it's like a phone call. And they think it's just a phone call with their loved one. And so for her, it's her husband. And so she gets a call from her husband and in the phone call, he says, like, and I'll be waiting back at camp. But she's already so worked up over even just hearing his voice that she's like grabbing on a Jeff and jumping up and down. She's so happy. And then Jeff is like, did you hear what he said, Taj? Like, what did he say? And then she goes, I'll see you back at camp. And then she starts like jumping up and down. And they went to exile, like not camp, but Taj didn't care, bro. She was happy as fuck to just see her husband because she was done with being out there. But like, oh my god, this shit was so funny. Like everybody, it was so cute. Everybody's so happy for her. Um, but in the end, the alliance of JT and Steven obviously win. And they make it to the end. But they're so cute, bro. Like such a good little duo. Probably my top 10 duos of Survivor. Like they have to be up there. It's so good. And you make the final two. Come on. Um, but I will say Steven absolutely bombs it at this final tribal. Like oh, it was a bad performance. And then JT like does excellent. Like JT wins. He's like a perfect game. Like 0 votes against him, all 10 votes at the jury. Whoa, impressive, impressive. Um, so yeah, that was a really good season. Oh my god, tell me why I got halfway through filming this, and then the microphone ran out, bro. This must be the longest filming day I've ever fucking had, bro. Um. Anyways, okay. 7th place, Cambodia. This is a second chances season, but the reason that this will be better than other second chances season is for one, it's only one-time players and it was a fan vote. So like the fans would vote on Twitter who they wanted to come back and then whatever 18 of those people or whatever were the ones that made it. But like, oh, this was such a good fucking season, bruh. Not a lot happens in the pre-merge, but I mean it was pretty sad when Terry had to leave because his son was getting heart surgery. Like Terry like left the game voluntarily because they came and they were like, "Yo, your son's getting surgery." He was like, "Let me go home." But the merge shit goes down. Okay, so let me just preface this by saying there's a lot of people on this season that I've obviously already mentioned or that are, their first season is these upcoming ones. But the main players in the post merge, I'd say, are Spencer and Tasha from Cagayan, Steven from Tocantins, Kelly Wentworth, who will be in San Juan del Sur, and Jeremy, who will be in San Juan del Sur. Also, kind of Keith, who's also in San Juan del Sur. As you can tell by that amount of names, it's obvious why it's in my top. Um, but so at the first merge boot, like Cass from Cagayan just goes out, but she was in this little third person alliance with her and Kelly, and then Sierra and Abby. And they were like witches coven, like nobody really liked them. Like they were all on their own. But then in the second, jury vote, um, so they go, everybody casts their vote, and like the whole like 9-person alliance that does not include like Kelly, Sierra, and Abby vote for Kelly. But bro, banger, Kelly had a fucking idol. Oh my god, so she fucking negates 9 votes against her because they didn't split the vote. And then her and her little people all vote for Andrew Savage, who will be mentioned later. And like he's pissed, like rightfully so. Like, oh my god, you thought that was a fucking locked vote, and then boom. But oh my god, that was like so gaggy. That was like the invention of a mother right there. Like Kelly earned her status right there. Um, and then a little bit later this season, so then there's another vote where there's this guy Joe who's like a challenge beast, and like Steven had this extra vote, and he wanted to vote out Joe. Oh no, so he could steal a vote. So he stole Joe's vote and used Joe's vote to vote for Joe. Just a little silliness from Steven. That vote backfires on him and he goes home. By the way. And then there's like another super gag vote where again Kelly has an idol, and she uses her idol. But then this time Jeremy also has an idol, and he's like, well, shit. Like if Kelly uses hers, like I gotta use mine because I'm gonna go home. So then they both use their idols, and then because they both used it, there was no votes because all of them were nullified. So then it was like the only people that could be voted for, we so no longer Kelly and Jeremy, uh, no Spencer because he had immunity, or maybe Tasha, and then just the other people. And so the other people just had to decide like who do we want to go home. Oh, it was so crazy. They didn't even vote again. They just like talked and they were like, we're gonna send whoever home. And Jeff was like, okay. And then that person went home. What? That's less bad to me than Advantage Get-In, the whole situation with Suri in Game Changers, because this just happened to be that two people that were getting votes had idols, not like a bunch of other random shit. Um, but this season is so good for people that want to watch like a returning player season, but you don't have to have like seen everyone's season, because for one, a lot of the people on here, there's like multiple people from one season. Like there's multiple from Cagayan, there's multiple people from San Juan del Sur, stuff like that. Um, and it's just like a really fun one. And Jeremy wins, and like oh my god, like his wife was pregnant at home when he won. Like they actually get a little mini reward because they like he gets to know like the gender of his baby, and he gets like a pizza. um, it was just so cute. Like oh, Jeremy's such a good winner regardless. Like Jeremy, my bestie, bruh. So it's such a fun season. So good. At number 6, I have Panama. And Panama is a really good season all the way through if you just ignore the other tribe. Because there's the tribe that has Suri on it. Okay, so the first couple, okay, so technically at the beginning, this season had 4 tribes, and it was like older women, older men, younger men. But then they like merged together to be like a mix. Um, and so then there's like this Kasaya tribe that has Suri and some of these other people. And then there's the other tribe. The other tribe, sorry, they're irrelevant. Every bit of drama, every bit of funny that happens on this season is on that fucking Kasaya tribe or on the merge. The Kasaya tribe, let me give you a description of these people. So one, you have Suri. She's like an older woman, but she's literally not that old. She's the same age as like some of the younger men. So it was whatever. Um, and she's like afraid of leaves. She's afraid of being outside. She got off the couch, is like what Joey says, to come play the game. Then you have Aris, who's like a meditator, but he's kind of like strategic and he's a little bit funny. Oh my god. Then you have Shane, and like Shane is actively going through cigarette withdrawal on this beach, cold turkey. He's like going crazy. Not even in a mean way, in a way that like that's literally what happens to you. But he'll get like really mad at people. Oh, it's so funny. And then you have Courtney, and she's a white lady with dreads. That kind of covers it. But she'll like accidentally push Shane's buttons, but then get mad at him, but not for like the right reasons. Like they fight, but like they're not on the same page about what they're fighting about. It's so funny. Um, and then you have Danielle, and Danielle is Loki fucking useless. Like I like Danielle, but she doesn't do shit around camp. She sits out of half the challenges. She just follows whatever Sri tells her to do strategy wise. Like she's not a very productive member. And then you have Bruce, who's like he gets I think it medevac. I don't know, but oh my god, it's such a funny tribe. There's one time where they win a reward and it's like an outhouse, so it's like a toilet and has toilet paper. But they were like, okay, well, we don't want to use the toilet. Like, we want to put our like blankets and stuff in there for when it rains, so it doesn't get as wet. But then by the time they go, to put it in there, Bruce already used the toilet. So then they were all mad at Bruce because they were like, bro, we said not to use it. Now you like stunk it up. Now we can't put our stuff in there. Um, there's like this infamous fight between Shane and Courtney where he gets like she does something, I don't even remember, and he gets really mad at her and he's like, and I'm gonna go to your shitty apartment and I'm gonna kill you. And she was like, her response to that, not the fact that she's being threatened, her life's being threatened. No, she goes, my apartment's not shitty. Oh my god, this fucking tribe of people, bruh. Um, and then the only person that's relevant on the other tribe is Terry. Like when they get to the merge, I don't even know who's left on the other tribe, but they get picked off by Kasaya because Kasaya's strong, bro. Like they were like, we hate each other, but we're sticking to it. But then it gets to the point that like Terry is like immunity beast. Like he will not lose. So they start picking each other off. And Suri realizes that everybody wants to take Courtney to the end because Courtney is like the goat of all time. Like she's never gonna win a jury vote. She's not even gonna get one vote, let alone nothing. So it's like she's easy to take with you. But her and Aris realize like, well, then we want her out because everybody else wants her in, and we need her gone. Because then if you need her in your final two, then that means I'm not there. So Suri literally masterminds a 3 to 2 to 1 vote where her, Aris, and Danielle vote for Courtney. Um, Terry and Shane vote for somebody else, and then Courtney votes for somebody else. So even though she didn't have the majority of the votes, she still got Courtney out. Like, I cannot overstate how goaded Suri is at this game. And like, there's a moment in Micronesia that is like tops them all ever. Like, I don't think a strategic move has ever risen to the bar of the Micronesia one. But I think even this 3-2-1 vote in Panama, no one else has done this. No one else has, gotten this vote distribution as cleanly as she did. She walked out of it unscathed. Like, she only gets voted out. And she doesn't get voted out. She loses fire making. Suri's never been voted out regular style, bruh. Like, this time she loses in fire. This time she gets voted out because it's a surprise final two. In Game Changers, she had fucking advantage getting. Like, oh my god, bro. In Heroes vs. Villains, she gets idled out. Suri is literally cursed. But, I mean, we'll see. She's on Australia versus the world right now. So we'll see what happens there. But, oh, Panama is such a funny season. Like, Panama's like my underrated favorite. Like, I feel like people kind of forget about it or they get like annoyed with it because the other tribe is so boring. But like, I'm just telling y'all, like, it's worth it to me for that the Kasaya tribe of it all. Like they're enough for me to rank it this high. Like, oh, they're so good. Um, oh, in fifth we have Pearl Islands. Pearl Islands is the origin of many of Survivor's staple personalities. So, from this season, you get Rupert, who was on Heroes vs. Villains and All Stars, and Blood versus Water. You get Sandra, who wins this season and wins Heroes vs. Villains, first two-time winner, baddie queen of everything. And then you get fucking Johnny Fairplay, which I'll get into him in a minute. But this season is like really good in the sense that it's like the most perfect early Survivor season ever. Like, if you need to show someone a season of early Survivor that's like easy to get into, you get the basic rules. There's no idols, there's none of this other stuff, just like pure gameplay and strategic to the vote. Like, this is, I think, the best one. Also, this season has a lot of funny moments. So early on Sandra's starting tribe. So she's on the tribe, and so are Rupert and Johnny Fairplay. And I don't know who they voted out. Maybe I think it was Johnny Fairplay's friend Burton. But at this point, Johnny had voted for Rupert because he was like, well, I'm not voting for my best friend and I don't like Rupert. But so Rupert didn't know this. Keep in mind, Rupert's fucking here. Like, he didn't even get near enough votes to lead. Like, it wasn't even close. And they're walking back, they're on the beach, walking back to their shelter, and Rupert's fucking booming voice starts this voiceover of this episode. He goes, who voted for me? Bro, it's low key scary when he yelled that. Like, me and my sister have talked about it. Like, it's like fear inducing. Um, and John's dumbass is like, I did. And then Rupert like screams in his face somewhere. But Johnny just walks it off, bro. He don't even care. He was like, "Yeah, I voted for you." And but yeah, his beef with Sandra is so funny. John and Sandra go at it bad. There's one moment where she like gets in his face. She's like, "I can get loud too. What the fuck?" Oh, she's so funny. And then there's the most infamous Johnny Fairplay moment ever. This broke Survivor. Like this like breached containment into regular media. Like people talk about it in reference on other shows I watch. It's that infamous. Um, so they're doing a family visit challenge, which is like your family member, they come and then you do a little challenge, and whoever wins the challenge gets to have the family member come back with them. And so when they're doing the introductions, like everybody gives a hug or whatever, and Johnny like hugs his little friend, and Johnny's crying, and Jeff is like, "Oh my god, John, what's happening?" And John is like, "Well, it was either my best buddy here or my grandma, and my grandma just couldn't make it." And so then, Jeff is like, oh my gosh, how unfortunate. And then everyone on the tribe is like, oh my John, we feel so bad. We feel so bad. We're going to throw the challenge. Except, who doesn't agree to throw the challenge? Sandra. So everybody's sitting there throwing the challenge except for Sandra. She's being dead serious, put her real answer with her husband, and she's like, we're gonna match. But Sandra's no match for everybody else throwing. Because then if she gets run wrong, then it's over. Like John's winning. So John wins, and it's like, whoa, oh my god, like, everybody goes back to camp. You cut to John and his little friend walking. They're walking on the beach and they're laughing. And then John goes in confessional talking about my grandma's at home watching Jerry Springer. That bitch is alive. Oh my god. This shit was devilish. He lied about his grandma being dead so that he could win the stupid little, family and friends challenge. And so that by thinking his grandma's dead, all the people would have sympathy for him later in the game. Oh my god. This shit, like, I can't. This was so bad. And then they bring it up at the reunion, and like at the reunion show, they pan to his grandma. She's in the fucking audience, and she was like, "I didn't know he was gonna do that, but I don't care." This was bad. Like when people found out, they were so mad at him. I mean, obviously they didn't find out until after the show aired, but oh, they were fucking pissed. They were pissed. Yeah, Sandra, this is just such a good introduction season. Like if I had to give my top 3 seasons to watch to get people into the show, it will always be in my top 3. It's so good. It's so funny. There's like a bunch of petty drama. There's one time where Sandra or Rupert caught a bunch of fish and then he got voted out. And then Sandra was gonna go hide the fish because she didn't want people eating it. But as she was walking with the bucket, she fell over and dumped all the fish out on the ground. But then she just left them there, and then this other chick, Krista, got blamed for it, and Sandra was like, "I don't know who did that," even though she did it. She pioneered this like anybody but me strategy, and trust that if you're Sandra, that anybody but me strategy is perfect, and it works. Twice it worked to get her the win. So, the next season is San Juan del Sur. Oh, people are probably going to be confused why this is so high because it's like a good season, but most people don't have it this high. I have it this high. This one again had the blood versus water format, so it was like you and a family member, but there was no returnees. It was all new people. And this season gives us some infamous people. Okay, Kelly from Cambodia is on here. I mean, she gets out pre-merge, but she was here. It gives us like some context for where she comes from, why she's so iconic in this season, because she didn't really do much in the first one. There's this guy Keith. Oh my god, rest in peace, bro. He was so silly. Then Jeremy's on here too. And then oh my god, my probably like second favorite winner ever, Natalie is on here and she wins this season. And Natalie is so fucking good. So the way this worked was like, it was like each family member, they're on different tribes. And so Natalie had her twin, Nadia. But Nadia is the first person voted out of her tribe. So then Natalie is like, okay, well, shit, I don't have, my person anymore. I don't have my twin. And then, like, a couple votes later, Jeremy loses his wife. Like, she gets voted out the other tribe as well. So then Jeremy and Natalie agree, like, okay, we're going to stick together. So they stick together for a big chunk of the game. And, the game is kind of slow in the pre merge. The one tribe like eats all their food, so they have none left. So they have to give a bunch of their rewards back to Jeff. and he gives them a bag of rice. Because like, that's like why they won all the challenges because they like ate all their food. But then Jeff got mad and he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna give you more rice. Like, give me my shit back." Um, so there was like a little bit of drama there. There is this guy John Rocker on this season who assumably went on the show to fix his PR crisis because he was like a baseball player, but he was saying like homophobic and racist stuff. Um, but when Jeremy was explaining the John Rocker lore to people on his tribe, he accidentally said that he was saying homosexual and racist stuff. And that's just so funny. I'm sorry. But John Rocker and Natalie got in a fight at a challenge. Um, and he was like, "I'll knock your teeth out," and she was like, "Come at me." Oh, she's so queenie, bro. She's so baddie. So he gets voted out pretty early, obviously. But the game really takes off at the merge. So there's kind of like two warring factions. And so Natalie's on this one with this guy, this other guy, John. And like this John is like Natalie doesn't really like him because she's like, well, bro, you voted out Jeremy. Cause like that's like a little bit like Jeremy's like the second boot in the merge. So she's like, okay, like he was supposed to be like our ally, John, like whatever. I'll keep working with you though. But as she's working with John, like she's setting up like secret things that like twisted in her favor. Like there's one vote where the her and her alliance, like the girls are gonna vote one way and the guys would vote the other way, so it's like a split vote. And then it was like, okay, the guys wanted this guy out, so the guys had the majority, so they said, okay, well we're gonna vote this guy. And Natalie was like, well, no, like that, like he's better for my game. Like I don't want him out. I want whoever out. So she flipped her vote and then got the other guy, voted out. And she just played it off as like, oh, I was confused. I didn't know how I was supposed to vote for. And they fell for it. John fell for it. Um, And then later she wins a reward and she takes John and his little duo, Jacqueline, on it. But that was just to butter him up because later that night, what does she do? Blindside John. Oh, Natalie's revenge tour after having Jeremy taken out is spectacular. Like she hits everybody that she needs to. And then even like up to like the final vote, like it's like the final four vote and or the final five vote, sorry, and you think this would be an easy vote. Like it's like you just vote for like, whoever. Like it's not hard. Final five, like that's like not a super big time. At least not in this era. I mean now it's like shit's always happening. But then, whatever they vote and Natalie stands up. She goes, Jacqueline, did you vote for who I told you to vote for? And then she plays the idol on Jacqueline. And then she, rearranged the vote to get this other chick Missy out because she was like, Missy's not good for my game, or sorry, Baylor. Um, it was just like, oh my god, like she ate so bad. Like she took out every single person that was in her way that took out Jeremy. Like, oh, her revenge mission, Natalie, you will always be famous to me. But this season is good otherwise too, because there's like a lot of other stuff. There is this one guy, Reed, and he has some serious beef with the mom and daughter, like Missy and Baylor. And one time at a challenge, um, it was like this one where you would like there's like three chops and then your little person goes flying and you break. But it's like, every person like you just chop one. So you can kind of tell who's like the people want out. Like if everybody chops you out, then like you're kind of next up to be voted out. And so Reed got out pretty early. And then once like the alliance got the people outside of their alliance out, they were like, Jeff, we don't want to play. Like we'll just say Missy and Baylor, whoever can win. And obviously Reed was having none of that. He was like, what the fuck? And he was like, I think you're a brat. Oh. So he called Baylor a brat to her face. And Missy was like, don't say that. Like, nah, 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 nah. Oh my god, they're such crybabies. I hated Missy and Baylor. Um, but so yeah, so that already had them mad. Like Reed already had them pressed when he did that about the you're a brat. And then at like the final tribal, um, Reed gives a spectacular speech about Missy being the wicked stepmother that only favors her daughter. This was so bad. It literally had Baylor crying. It like sat on the jury. Reed didn't give a fuck. Oh, such a good one. Such a good season. And then the Keith of it all. Keith is so funny, bruh. He would like sit there and one time it was like just him and this other guy on like Exile, and he was like, but we're not gonna be snuggling to keep warm. Like it's not like that. Like oh, it was so funny, bro. I'm so sad he's dead. I wish he could, wish he was alive. He could return and play. Oh, but it's okay. It's okay. He was so good though. This whole season was so good. Like there was comic relief characters. Natalie's like the main character going on this like legit revenge mission. Guys, like I tell you, it's literally spectacular. In my third place spot. Okay, these are all kind of variable. Actually, no, they're not. China's always number one, but one like 2 through 5 switch depending on the second. I'm thinking. But anyway, 3 is Micronesia. This is the first fans versus favorites season. You can't outdo the doer. Oh my god, this shit was iconic. Every single person that was on the favorites tribe was genuinely a favorite. Like I can't think of one flop. Again, the fans, mm, okay, like you're kind of not serving, but that's like kind of the point. So yeah, like the pre-merge isn't super fun, especially before they do this tribe swap where like everybody commingles. But there is this challenge that literally puts so many people out of commission. So it was like you and a partner were tied together, and then you would like have to run this obstacle course. But then another set of people that were also tied together were chasing you. So it's like a cat and mouse, but like 2 pairs of tied together people. And people kept getting injured because like one person's up and running, the other one's on the floor. Boom, you're getting hit. Boom, you're hitting the obstacle. There was one where there was this guy Chet and Joel, and Chet is like it's like really skinny guy, and Joel's like big beefy dude, and Joel is like literally rampaging through the obstacle course. Chet is hitting every single obstacle, and they lose the point, like they don't get it. Um, and at the end, like Chet stands up, he's like, "I hit my head back there," and Joel goes, "I don't care." But this was actually bad. This challenge, Parvati got hurt. Her lip got busted. Penner got hurt so bad, like it's like a piece of wood got in his leg. And then it was okay for a little bit, but then it got so badly infected that he got to get taken out of the game later. So it was sad. I was like, "Fuck, bro, my man Penner is leaving. What the fuck am I gonna do?" Um, like it was just like, and then obviously Chet got hurt a bunch. Everybody got hurt a bunch. Everyone left that challenge. They never did that challenge ever again. Like that shit played once, one and done. They did not try that shit ever again. So like a little bit of the pre-merge is exciting. Again, Penner leaving was such a letdown for me. It was so sad. There's a couple other people. Amy was on the favorites tribe, but she got voted out pretty early. Johnny Fairplay low key quits because I guess he had surgery kind of right before he left, and he had like a kid on the way, so he was like not fully there mentally. Again, I literally don't judge people for leaving the show. Like I don't know, bro, not my place. Like I don't. I wasn't in your head. I was in your position. I don't know. But where this shit really gets good is at the merge. So on the favorites tribe, the whole pre-merge, there was like 2 couples. Like it was like Parvati was kind of coupled up with James, and then Amanda was coupled up with Ozzy. And you guys will get some more context on James and Amanda when I talk about China. Okay, trust. Um, and like okay, like Ozzy and Amanda were for real like a couple. Like they were like kissing and stuff. James and Parvati were kind of just like flirting a little. Like it was like silly. But they were like a pairs. Like it was like 2 sets of pairs, and then Suri had to choose between the other 4 people on the tribe or their quadrant, and she chose them because Suri was like, she just chose them because she was smart and batty. So then by the time we get to the merge, Amanda and Parvati have recruited Alexis and Natalie from the fans tribe. So now there's Parvati, Alexis, Natalie, Amanda, and Suri, and there's this little 5-person women's alliance, and they kind of have Ozzy and James for a little bit. So the first vote, everybody votes out Eliza, which is funny because Eliza had this fake idol, and by fake idol, I mean it was literally a stick with a smiley face carved in it because Ozzy planted it there because he was the one that has the real idol from, Exile Island. Um, and like when I tell you she tried to play this, okay, so Jason found the idol, which was this other guy that was on the fans team, and he was like, Eliza, I have an idol, and then she was like, this is a fucking stick, and then she played it at tribal, and then Jeff threw it in the fire pit, and Ozzy goes, "Oh, come on, I spent hours on that." But anyway, Eliza goes home that vote. But then the real gag is the next vote. So Ozzy has an idol, but Parvati is really concerned. She's like, "Well, I don't like that Ozzy like wins hella challenges. Like this is the first time like he didn't win immunity tonight. We kind of got to make the move now because he also has a fucking idol. So we got to like backstab him now, blindside him." So they don't include Amanda on the vote, but the other 4, Natalie, Alexis, Parvati, Suri, and then they get I think two other people to help them, and they vote out Ozzy. They blindside Ozzy, idol in his pocket. So then that the next day, Jason goes and finds the idol on Exile Island. That night they go to Tribal. Everybody realizes Jason has the idol. They blindside him too. Back to back idol blindsides. These women were fucking efficient. This shit was crazy. Then they vote out James later. Parvati, no qualms about voting James out. Allegedly, Amanda knew about the Ozzy blindside too, so she didn't even care that Ozzy was going. Like, these women were getting it done. And then they just keep going, man after man after man. They get down, at some point Alexis gets voted out too because Amanda plays an idol. Because like the last guy standing, Eric had immunity, and then Amanda played an idol, and then it ended up being Alexis that left. So now we're down to the final five, and it's Eric, Natalie, Cirie, Parvati, and Amanda. And Eric has immunity, so they're sitting at Tribal, and they're like, well, like, we can't vote Eric. Like, what are we gonna do? And Cirie goes, well, what if he doesn't have immunity? And they were all like, girl, he's not going to give it up. And Cirie was like, no, Natalie, you need to tell Eric that if he gives you his immunity, the four of us will agree not to vote for him and will instead vote out Amanda. And everybody was like, Cirie, like, he's not going to fall for that. Like, he's not going to. And she was like, no, like, believe me, like, Natalie, you have to be the one to do it. Like, come on, go ask him. So then Natalie asks him, and Eric's kind of like, I don't know, like, that leaves me vulnerable, like, I don't know, but whatever. Then they get to this tribal council. Oh my fucking god. Eric gives Natalie his immunity. Everyone on the jury is fucking laughing in his face, bro. James is laughing in his face. Ozzy is laughing in his face. Parvati goes in the voting confessional talking about, you are the dumbest survivor in the history of Survivor ever. Cirie's in the confessional talking about, you can't always beat them with these old timers, but you can always beat them with this. Everybody is fucking clowning on him. And of course Eric goes home, bruh. 4-1 vote. Like, they took his ass out. Oh my fucking god. These women, oh my god, bro. If I go on reality TV, I need 3 other women that are down just as bad to do this as I am. Because this shit is so iconic to me. This 5-person Black Widows alliance has ruined women's alliances on Survivor and Big Brother for decades to come. The fact 2 women working together is like unheard of because people are scared when more than 2 women get together that it's Black Widow Brigade Part 2. They can't do it. It's not a possibility anymore because people are so scared of how effective they were on this season. Oh my god, so infamous. And then because there are so many medevacs or people quitting early in the game, this went from a final 3 to a final 2. So when Cirie gets cut at the last second for the final 2 of Parvati and Amanda, and then Amanda wins. Or not Amanda, oh my god, sorry. Parvati wins. Amanda loses. But this season is so fucking good. Like, just watching women dominate like that is so healing to me. Like, it's okay happening on Big Brother right now, but I don't want to jinx it because it's 8-3 in the house ratio. But um, oh my god, I don't think it'll ever happen again because people are so scared of what they did this season that the second there's like 3 women together, it's out, it's done. Like, they won't let it happen, and it's kind of unfair because men work together all the fucking time and no one says anything. But whatever. Um, the next season 2 on my list is Heroes versus Villains. I would say this is probably people's number 1 season a lot of the time. And for me, it's only not number 1 because you have to have the context of the other seasons for why they're villains or why they're heroes for the season to make more sense, I guess, conceptually. Other than that, it kind of would be number 1, but this is like an all-star cast all around. Even though the heroes team is kind of not as fun, they're still kind of fun. Okay, like the first challenge, it eats. The first challenge, they got them wrestling in the sand for these bags. And like, this was so embarrassing, bro. Like, the villains win. And keep in mind, the villains are like the most disjointed, put together tribe ever. Like, this is like the most whack ass tribe you've ever seen in the history of Survivor ever, and ever will see ever again. I was fucking crying. But I love all these people on this team. Every single person on the villains team is good. Randy's on there. Danielle's on there. Courtney and Sandra on there, Rob on there, Tyson on there, Parvati on there, Russell on there. Oh my god, bro. This team is too fucking good. And like Courtney doesn't get enough confessionals in Heroes and Villains. I'll talk about her more in China because that's like her shining star season, but she's also in Heroes and Villains. Every person in Heroes and Villains is giving all-star level confessionals. Every word out of anybody's mouth is fucking hilarious. Everybody is awesome in that confessional booth, bro. There's just so many. I can't even like. You can just watch the season because I could go on for finding 5 moments each episode to talk about for this season. But I'll think of the best few. So in the pre-merge, like there's this like really funny. Okay, it's not like funny, but it's funny to me. So like the women on the villains tribe, I think that Coach is flirting with Jerry, and they keep being like Jerry and the Dragon Slayer, and they're like shipping them IRL. Like I was like, you guys are so funny. And then there's like another moment where they're building the shelter, and Rob like Boss Rob like passes out from exhaustion, but he's like laying on the floor and he's like looking up and like tears in his eyes and he's being like, and I just did it for my team. Like it's so melodramatic. It's so melodramatic. There's another moment where during the pre-merge, Russell, because he's an asshole, he hides the tribe's machete and some of their other building tools, and they're talking about, yeah, well, our shelter's not really done because we lost our machete. And Jeff is like, who lost your machete, Sandra? And she's like, it grew legs and walked away. Oh, I love Sandra, bruh. And then this season really hits its peak at the merge. So the first people on the jury are Coach and Courtney, and it's a sad loss, but it was necessary for what's to come. So then you get to this third one, and the dynamics are everybody thought that Russell was being destroyed by this all girls alliance because again, you have Parvati on the villains team who was just on Micronesia with this all women's, Black Widow alliance. But she wasn't doing that. It was Russell who was kind of like the kingpin of the tribe. Um, but so you have, Russell, Danielle, Parvati, Jerry. I think that's it. Um, and so like one of them has immunity, I think. I think Russell has immunity. And then the heroes are, voting out one of the women. And Parvati talks to Amanda, and Amanda's trying to be like, and if you have an idol, Parv, I would really use it tonight. Like, I think you really need it. And Parvati's like, okay, bitch, like I definitely don't need my idol. And so she actually has two idols because she has one that Russell gave her because Russell didn't know she had the other one, and she has one that she earned herself. So she uses each idol. So Russell has immunity. She knows it's not going to be her or Danielle. Or I think maybe Danielle has immunity, but she knows it's going to be Russell because everybody thinks Russell has an idol. So then no one votes Russell. No one can vote for Danielle, and Parvati knows not to vote for her. So she uses both her idols. She uses one on Jerry and one on Sandra. It negates all of the heroes' votes. And the second, so she gives the first one to Sandra, and then she goes, or like whatever, she gives her second one to Jerry. She goes, and I also have one for Jerry. And then when she says that, you literally see JT go, fuck. Like he gets so mad. Like he's like, we just fucked ourselves over. So then the votes get read. JT goes home. They voted for JT. And let me add extra context to this. The idol that Russell had that he gave to Parvati was given to him by JT. Because when JT thought it was an all girls alliance, he gave his idol to Russell during the pre-merge, and Russell held on to it. Like, oh my god, that is too good. That is too fucking good. Um, but I guess when JT goes to Ponderosa, which is like the living place they're at, when they're on the jury, him and Courtney and Coach made a fucking band because they had nothing better to do, and you can go on YouTube and like find their little music video for the Dragons. That was their band name. This season is so good. And then there's some other moments. There's like Sandra has an idol play, which guys, like Sandra doesn't do shit almost. So the fact that she even had an idol, everybody was kind of gagged. I mean, she wasn't going home that vote anyway, but it was pretty gaggy. And I had to add that this entire jury phase, and even pre-jury, all Sandra has wanted to do is get Russell out. She wants nothing to do with him. She wants him gone. She keeps begging the heroes, I will vote for you. Please vote for Russell. Please vote for Russell. And they're like, oh, well, that all women's alliance. We got to get out Parvati. And Sandra's like, guys, like the threat is Russell. We have to get Russell. And they're not listening. So the final tribal ends up being Parvati, Sandra, and Russell. And throughout this season, Sandra has literally been talking, especially about Rupert, like this lazy sack of shit, bro. Like he's literally terrible. But she votes him out anyway. She was like, I'm so tired of these dumbass villains. Like, I guess I'll just vote with, Parvati and Russell because they don't like they won't accept my help with them trying to get rid of Russell. Um, and so at the final tribal, she has a voting confessional earlier on where she's like talking, she's like voting for Rupert, and Sandra's like, I'll vote you out right now, and you're still giving me the $1 billion vote. And he does. She does win. I think it's like 6-3 or 5-4, maybe. I don't know. Russell got 0. Trust. Big fat 0 for Russell because he sucks. Yeah. Yeah. But then Sandra becomes the first 2-time winner. And kind of the best. I'm sorry. I think the gameplay on Heroes versus Villains was more impressive than the gameplay on Winners at War. Sorry, Tony fans. There's also a lot of really funny moments this season. During the family challenge, Colby's brother Reed is there, and they keep fighting. Like Colby keeps like really screaming at him. Like they was part of it was like they had to throw this water between the buckets, and Colby was like not throwing it good though. He kept yelling at Reed. He was like, "Just throw the damn bucket!" Like he kept getting so mad at him. It was so funny. There's a lot of funny moments this season. Everything Courtney says is funny. She'll like mimic people. She was like mimicking Russell in her confessionals, making fun of him. Everyone making fun of Russell. Everyone making fun of each other. The whole villains tribe hates each other. There's a moment where Sandra's in confessional talking about, I can't stand Tyson. I hate Coach. I hate Russell. I hate Parvati. Like she's going through the whole tribe talking about I hate all of them. Who she didn't hate were Boston Rob and Courtney, bruh. Oh, it's just such a funny season. The heroes are okay too. Like Candace has her moments. Amanda's funny. James is funny. James gets in a fight over banana etiquette because he got a banana but didn't get any bananas to share, and everybody got mad at him. They're like, "Well, it's etiquette that when you get a banana, you ask others if they want one." And James was like, "I don't know about any fucking banana etiquette. Like, what the fuck is banana etiquette?" So it was really funny. But now for the grand finale, my favorite season of all of Survivor is season 15, China. This season is so fucking good. Okay, first of all, the fact that it's in China is so unique and fun, and it's getting points just for that alone. Like that's so entertaining. Um, and then the cast here is great. You have Amanda, James, and Courtney, who I've already mentioned. You have Todd, who's the winner, who's so fucking funny and so deserving. And then even the supporting cast, people like Jamie, Denise. Oh, too funny. Too fucking funny, bruh. And both tribes are good. Like I'd say I did like the tribe that was like the red color with James and Todd and Courtney on it. But even the yellow tribe was funny with like PG and Jamie and Eric. Like, sorry, you guys are funny as well. There's like a lot of funny moments. Let's think of what's some best ones. Oh, so on each tribe they had an idol, and it was like part of this. It had this little like traditional Chinese gateway, and in the middle of the gateway was the idol. It's like a plaque, like a big square plaque. And so the people on the red tribe realize, okay, this is ours. And then they have to do a tribe swap, but it's only like one person swaps over. And so they know James is going to get swapped over. So Todd is like, okay, take our red idol and then also go get the yellow one from their tribe, like when you're at their camp. And James is like, got it. So then James has 2 idols. So whatever, he survives, and then he gets to the merge. And everybody's on the merge, and Todd starts to realize like James has 2 fucking idols. If we don't get James out, he's gonna skate to the final 6, and then he's gonna win out because James is buff as fuck and literally a grave digger as his job. Todd was like, no, 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 no. So then Todd and Amanda come up with this like stealthy as fuck plan to backstab and blindside James with 2 idols in his pocket. Oh my god, this shit. And James didn't catch on. They voted him out, and he walks home with 2 idols in his pocket. This was unheard of for such an early season. The fact that that was both idols of the whole game gone. By the way, like no more idols coming in, nothing. That was, you had 2 idols a season. and then if you used them, they were gone. That was it. James took them both out the door with him. Um, like God, Todd was such a fucking good gamer. Again, dude, these family challenges always serving the drama because there's another one here with this one. So at this one, like, they lose a challenge and or so they again, the people come in and Todd's sister comes in and she's crying and Todd is, talking with his sister and they're talking whatever. And I'll say this how Courtney says it, like verbatim, because Courtney's in her confessional making fun of how this went down. And so I guess, Jeff was like, what happened? And then Todd was like, my sister, she lost the baby and we don't know what happened. So then like obviously when whoever won the challenge won, they took Todd with them because Todd's sister just had a convenient miscarriage. Um yeah, Courtney's kind of mean here, but I don't care. Like that was funny. She has another one where she's making fun of her and Todd. Oh god, guys, Courtney is so bad. She got yelled at so bad for this. Like online in the aftermath, people were like, "You're such a bitch." There was one where they were talking about like who do they want in the final five or in the final three, and because like Amanda was like, "Well, I think we can beat Denise," but it was because like Amanda can beat Denise. Like, okay, Courtney knew she wasn't beating anybody, and Todd was like, "Well, I can beat everybody that's left right now." And so then like Courtney and Todd are talking, and Courtney's like, and it's not like welfare. Like she doesn't deserve to win just because she has like the least fulfilling life or whatever. Like, oh, she was like going in on Denise Loki. Oh, it was bad, but it was kind of funny. I'm sorry, but Courtney's number one victim that she attacked, rightfully so, was John Robert. Oh my fucking god, she did not step off of John Robert's neck. Which okay, valid because he was like a creep and would like grab on her at night. Keep my Courtney's like literally 90 pounds. Like she was so skinny. Like she was not. There was no need for cuddling. And so she voted John Robert out probably like 4 or 5 times in a row until he finally went home. Amanda and Todd were like, well, we need John Robert for a number. So sorry, Courtney, but we can't send him home this week. Like, oh my God, Courtney was so pissed off all the time about it because she was like, he needs to go. But there's one where she was like, I'm voting for you because when you snore at light, it sounds like somebody's trying to choke out a walrus. Oh, she had so many good ones about John Robert. And then when he left, she like woke everybody up the next day and she was like, it's a glorious day. John Robert has gone home. Oh, their beef was so crazy. And then at the final tribal council, they're all doing their questions. Courtney has said in interviews, like, she already knew Todd won. She was like, bro, I stood no chance. Like, I already knew I wasn't winning against Todd and Amanda. But so she's like answering the questions, and John Robert basically is like, why do you think I'm a great player? And what do you think I could have done to be in your position? Basically, like, whatever. Todd gives actually a really good answer where he's I don't know, he like somehow like calms John Robert down and like is like, no, you're a great player. I'm just a little bit better type answer. But like, oh, it was too good. Like it got John Robert silent. And Courtney hits him with she was like, well, I win an immunity. Did you win an immunity? Oh, this season is just too good. And then there's a moment earlier in the season when PG and Jamie are trying to throw a challenge to vote out James, but they don't succeed. And there's like a puzzle in the challenge, and Jeff asks, he's like, "Do you guys like puzzles?" And PG goes, "I like Sudoku." And then there's another one where during the eating challenge again, uh, PG's team is trying to throw it, um, but like James doesn't get the memo. Like James single-handedly takes the team to victory off of his insane eating abilities. Like they had to eat, I don't know what they're called, but it's like when it's like the chicken and the egg, but the full chicken, like the baby chicken. And he ate like 3 of them. And everybody was like, Jamie and PG were like, all right, okay, like I guess we're not taking James out because what the fuck was that? Like he just single-handedly won the challenge. Like we give up. Like what? So I don't know. Oh my god, it was such a good season. And Todd is such a great winner. Oh my god, bro, too good. He was so funny too. Oh, him and Courtney together, no one stood a chance. No one stood a chance. Literally, Courtney's first confessional, I think, she like gets in the confession booth and she's like, "I'm in the land of flight attendants and nuns" or some shit like that. Like, oh my god, she's so funny. Oh, this is such a good show, guys. Like, if you couldn't tell by the fact that I've probably spoken about it for I think 3 hours at this point because my mic has run out and my camera is probably almost out of battery. But I love this show. I've been watching this show since I was probably 8. I took a break a little bit before COVID, but then I got back into it during COVID, and then I started watching a bunch of YouTubers about it that like make videos about like 5 times they hack challenges or whatever. Like, oh my god, guys, please, the show is so good. I'm begging somebody to watch it to talk with me. It's so fun to me. It's like the best show ever to me. And it's just like a mindless watch. Like you kind of put it on, and if you just listen, you kind of get enough because the whole thing is being narrated in the confessionals. It's like oh, whatever. I guess that's the end of the video. This has taken me literally all day. I started filming this at like 3:30, and it's like 8 right now. Like it's dark outside, but that's okay. I'm happy to make a video, and I hope I'll be able to make at least one video a month is my goal. Maybe more. It just depends on how tiring college is, but I swear I will try to make videos because I do quite enjoy making them. So thank you. Please like and subscribe.